639-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sac Town Sports 1140.
I really don't want to start every other show because I know the listeners could not care less. But I don't want to start it with the whole these headphones are up too high. But golly, it made my ear, like the little things in your ear that move around for the noise, it made it tickle.
Well, tickle sounds fun.
I could feel it.
Did you laugh?
No, it was not a fun tickle. It was not a fun tickle.
If you see something, say something.
If you see something, say something. By the way, how do you make an octopus laugh? Give him 10 tickles. Tentacles. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's Jason Ross. I'm Carmichael Dave. Jay Mars back there. I'm going to call this show, I think we should call this Piece of Garbage Wednesday. Because we got a couple of.
You got some treats, sports treats coming your way.
Sports treats.
On this wine, it's a wine Wednesday. Maybe that's what you can whine about later in the show.
I like that. I think we need to do something with sports treats.
What would the sports horse say about this?
Oh, the sports horse is going to be unhappy with the whole thing. Sports horse might be so unhappy with the way of the sports world, it might voluntarily go run a few at Santa Anita. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah. Those are that.
Peace out, sports horse.
Hey, sports horse. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night now. Yeah, poor sports horse. Oh, there he is. Oh my goodness. Well,
my goodness, Santa Anita, stop it.
It's too early for that. Golly. So here's my idea. We said it before. I just want to throw this back out there again. That studio is empty.
Yes.
Can we have it?
To do
this.
Funny game.
No, our morning show.
Because
that way
we have TVs, we have nice lights,
there's
we have
TVs
seating
in there. Because that way nobody has to move. By the way, there's a 0% chance of this happening, but because Jay would never have to move any of the cameras. They'd all be static.
They don't have cameras in there.
We could put cameras in there.
We could put cameras
easily.
In there. Yeah.
I actually have a camera in my backpack we could use. You have that camera right there. We're dialed.
Yeah, I bring cameras to work.
There's a TV. We could decorate it the way we want, and all the levels and everything would be perfect. We know that when we leave and then when we come back, it's going to be exactly as we left it. Instead of, you got everybody. This is a shared workspace.
It is.
Everybody's got their own.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we don't have a method where it's like, okay, everybody like turn everything down, put everything back the way you found it.
Yeah, these are loud over here too.
Anyways, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome in. I was just going to go to the thing, but we can't talk about the thing, right? We can't talk about the thing.
I don't think so.
I don't think.
I don't know. There's
we won't talk
nothing really about the thing.
Then I will simply do a health update just because I found out some interesting news yesterday that I think is going to be hilarious and or sad and or destructive to the program. Yeah. So in my latest parade of doctors and health things, because I'm trying to be healthy, which by the way, okay. Yesterday was a 3-week mark of me quitting smoking. Yay for me. And I do feel better. And shockingly, it turns out that at least half of my migraines were somehow connected to smoking because my headaches have gone way down. Now, to be careful, sometimes I will go like a month or two fairly headache free, and then they all come back. So I am still being a little careful, but so far I've only had like 1 or 2 minor ones. So I'm very happy about that.
That's good.
Very, very happy. Secondly, like yesterday, I'm really trying to eat better. So like yesterday, I bring my little
a little trail mix, snack, healthy fruit and nuts and yogurts.
Yeah, yogurts.
Yeah.
All that. And then I get home, I have a couple of homemade egg bites, with healthy stuff in there. And then I'll have, meal prep stuff.
Okay.
A little chicken, some beets, some sweet potato, whatever. Anyways, I'm eating well. And then I do about 45 minutes of cardio on the bike we have. And then I do another like 45-minute workout on the workout machine. I know it's not like, I'm not like The Rock in his Iron Paradise or anything, but
close,
but extremely close. So here's my thing. Like, I know it's only been 3 weeks, but can I lose a little more weight?
There you need to be a little bit patient.
I know, but it's like, shouldn't I be losing like a little bit a day? Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't, and it's up and down.
Well, see, I don't think you want to weigh yourself every day then.
No, because you will hit a plateau at some point.
Yeah.
But at some point.
But if you do this for 3 months, yeah. But you've done it for 3 weeks, you'll drop weight for sure.
I hope so. But the thing is, it's one thing. It's like, okay, if I already weighed like 200 pounds and was like 8% body fat, I'm dropping like a half a pound. I get it. But because I'm so big and fat, like, I feel like I should be losing more weight than I am because of the higher percentage. I don't know. The other thing is this too. They're like, hey, when you work out, like, you just feel better. Like, speaking of The Rock, like, I've watched his videos where he's like, man, I gotta get my workout in every day. It focuses me, and I have so much more energy. It makes me feel better, and and I'm like, but okay, I wake up and I'm sore. I don't feel better.
Yeah,
I feel worse.
Yeah, but don't you feel better after the workout? Like at some point, not the next day. After that sweat, and you kind of just like you settle in, you maybe get whatever beverage of choice after water, whatever it is, to rehydrate yourself a little bit, and then you're like, yeah, I feel good. I'm glad I did that. No?
I feel accomplished.
Okay.
But
could it be like a nap? Because like if you take a really good nap, to me, this is new to me. I've now that we're on the morning, I'm on the mornings. Sometimes I take a nap, and when I get up, I'm in a fog for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then maybe hours later, I'm like, I am so glad I'm recharged.
Sure.
So it's not right away, because even right away, it's like, man, I feel like I could sleep for 5 more hours, even if I took a 30, 40-minute nap. But I just feel, ugh. But then it clears through, and then you feel great. You're glad that you did that. So maybe there's like a delay to it.
I think that's a good point. I do think there's a delay, because I get done with my workout, and you know what I'm doing? I'm sweating and out of breath is what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting on the bench usually, because I end on the tonal. I sit on a little bench. I'm like, oh my God, I think I broke my neck. Or my stomach muscles hurt really bad or whatever. And then I get up and I like waddle around the house.
That's when you jump in the pool.
Yeah, you're right. The pool
just kind of refreshes you, cools you off, gets all that off you, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. Let's go.
And then I can tell I'm getting in a little bit better shape though, because I am like out of breath when I exercise less. Like I'm getting through the cycling a little bit better and all that, which is fine. And I don't know why, this is just a mental thing, but when I'm on the bike, right, my legs are going up and down. Here's what I've started to do now. Like, you kind of have to, sometimes you switch positions because it feels, my favorite position on the bike sounds so stupid. My favorite position is when I'm kind of leaned over and my thighs are hitting my fat belly, because I feel in my mind, my thighs they're destroying my belly and they're making it
just like little potty blows.
Yeah, that's like my little mental thing I'm doing, where it's like bing, 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 bing. Okay.
Chipping away.
Yeah, chipping away at that big fat boiler. So then I went to my doctor thing yesterday. I went to the orthodontist. So boy, talk about a step. I'm having on the 28th, I'm having a wisdom tooth out.
Okay.
But I'm not doing the thing. Like I even told him, I'm like, I don't want to do the thing where somebody I'm terrified of being that person that you see that like starts crying about an ex-girlfriend or says like horrific things on video because you're all jacked up from getting your teeth out. So apparently he assures me that I can be awake, but I won't feel anything, just pressure.
Oof.
But I'm not being put to sleep and I'm not getting the gas or anything like that. We'll see. Right. And then he says I can come in and work the next day. That'll be neat, because I'm going to have the gauze in my anyways. And then sometime after it heals, apparently somewhere in October, mid to late October, they're throwing braces on me.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I'm a teenager.
You are going to be like so new and improved
in 3 years.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years until
you'll peak.
I'm going to look like I'm going to look like I'm in junior high. They're clear, but that doesn't really matter.
Will you get neck gear?
I did ask if I was going to have headgear. I really did. I was like, am I going to have
headgear?
Yeah. And I said, and I actually said, am I going to have headgear because I don't care if it makes it so that I can wear them less time. Like,
right.
Nobody's going to see me at night. I don't know. Here's my wife. I got headgear. Whatever, lady.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever, lady.
Whatever, lady. Do it. The only other the other problem though is like they basically check you in and it's like you're getting booked into jail. You like picture this way, then that way, then you smile, then you don't smile, then you like spread your mouth apart. Anyways, turns out the guy, he's like, "Hey, I was listening to you guys on the way in."
Yeah.
Yeah, right. nice guy, but I don't want that. I don't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's private. I don't want you to know
what you do. I know what he does.
I know. It's just like,
okay. Did you say, hey, was it a good segment? Were we good?
Yeah. What did we talk about, guy?
Yeah.
We'll take a break. Listen, so we'll keep you updated on that because my lisp is either going to get a lot better or a lot worse. And he said, really, it's a coin flip. It's a waiting game. A very controversial decision out of Phoenix. We're really out of New York, I should say. Mike Judge is swinging his big fat gavel all over the East Coast. Did I say Mike Judge?
You did.
He's the guy who did the Beavis and Butthead. Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Also swinging his gavel, Mike Judge. And a Hall of Fame quarterback shows once again what kind of a piece of garbage he really is. Big Fat Harry Show. It starts with leading off next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people that play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports 1140. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility, and Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. And the Fortinet PGA Golf Championship, September 15th through the 18th at the Silverado Resort and Spa in Napa.
It's true, the best new cars make the best used cars. That's why you'll always find a great selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Trade up to a car you'll love. We have a great selection of one-owner, low-mile vehicles you can drive home today. When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis. No matter what your game is, defense matters. Same thing goes for COVID-19. Help protect yourself with a booster shot. Now recommended for people 5 years and older. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible following completion of your primary series. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Let's do it. It's time for Leading Off. Brought to you by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, where for over 60 years, their name means a great deal in Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com. Here's cut number one.
Phoenix Suns and Mercury owner Robert Sarver has been suspended for 1 year and fines $10 million following an investigation into the organization. Among the findings was that Sarver used the N-word at least 5 times. A report found that Sarver and others in the organization treated female employees unfairly, made sexual-related comments, and bullied others.
Here's the thing, and here's what people aren't saying. If he'd have used the N-word 6 times,
deal breaker,
gone.
Yeah,
he used it for you have a 5 N-word limit apparently as an owner, and he went right up to the edge, didn't cross over. Robert Sarver, we already knew was garbage. We knew if any anecdote, anyone's ever worked for the team. I shouldn't say anyone. Plenty of people you've heard over the years about Robert Sarver. Well, then they did an investigation into how garbage he was, and the investigation found that yes, in fact,
they confirmed it.
He is confirmed garbage. Fined $10 million, suspended a year. We're going to get into this today.
Yeah.
Jason, as you brought up in the pre-show meeting, here's the thing. $10 million for a guy who is a multi-billionaire. Okay.
Right.
But they can't find him anymore.
That's the max. That is the max. So it's a heavy punishment. And I know as we go through it a little bit later, we dive deep into this. And there's a lot of people that think it's not enough. So basically, if you think it's not enough, it's termination, I'm guessing. Because, I mean, a
Yeah.
full season and $10 million is a lot, but it's not a lot. It's not enough for a lot of people.
It's not enough. They interviewed more than 320 current and former employees, 80,000 documents and other materials. We'll go over the list of things amongst the things that they found, things that he's not able to do. Here's the thing. He gets fined $10 million, which $10 million is a lot of money.
Yes.
But to him, it's interest on a few of his accounts.
Right.
Let's put it this way. His sons, and I mean, not his children, his team, will increase in. Let's do this. Vivek bought the Kings for what, $550? They're worth around 2.5 right now. That's a 5 times value. Okay, which means they've gone up about $2 billion in, what are we talking about, 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is $200 million a year. Now, that's a huge growth period. But just to give you an idea with the Suns' valuation, $200 million a year for the Kings in great times. Suns are probably going to increase somewhere around $75 to $100 million in value between now and next year. So, in effect, Sarver's getting fined $10 million.
Right.
He's still going to make a ton of money off the team itself.
For sure.
And he can't be at the games. Okay, cool. And then he's back. This is not over. This is the beginning.
Right.
I promise you this is going to be a thing, and we will talk about that.
But the education and the training program he's going through, Dave, will really change his life.
He seems like a guy who will be like, I didn't know.
Right. Especially when, by all accounts, he was like, go ahead and investigate. Like, he was cool with the audacity there, right? Like, what are you going to find? Well, they found plenty, and either he felt like I'm above the law or, what are you going to do?
According to Adrian Wojnarowski and Baxter Holmes, Robert Sarver was unaccepting of the idea that he deserved a 1-year suspension and a $10 million fine. The punitive part of the process became largely acrimonious.
Fun guy.
Again, I think his point was, I only said it 5 times, not 6. What are you doing? That's Robert Sarver's big point. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
The 1-1. Swung on, there it goes. Deep left field, it is high. It is far. It has gone out of the building. Over the high green monster. Over the monster seats. Out onto Lansbone. He is phenomenal. The second home run of the night for Judge. His 57th of the year. And we're all tied at 4.
Wow.
Boy, is he something or what?
57.
You talk about a Judgian blast.
There.
That was a Judgian blast.
I was waiting for that. How about an all rise in there?
Do you think that he knew our own Frankie was in the audience?
I knew he
And
was
that's why
there.
he did
Frankie
that?
told me he was going. I was so excited. Texted
Yeah.
him right away on the first one. Which was great because I wasn't watching the game at the moment of the second home run. I got a text from Frankie. He's like, I think it was all rise. I'm like, wait, he did it again?
Yeah.
He's there.
It's good
as
to
a
see.
Yankee fan.
By the way, it must be nice to go to a Yankee game and see Aaron Judge hit a home run
Twice.
Anyways,
You were at a better park.
I was a much better park. I have a question about the Aaron Judge thing. So I've nothing against Aaron. I actually like Aaron Judge.
Okay.
So just I'm
There's
not
no-
gonna
is there
say
a but?
there is, but not what you think. Honestly, I'm not a Yankee fan, but Mickey Mantle was my guy early on, so I have like a deep respect for the Yankee organization.
Okay.
That's what it means. All right. I can't really get into this story. Like let me explain why. Because like I think it's awesome and I love hearing about it. So I guess I'm kind of into the story. But it hasn't grasped me because there's no goal. Like, what's the end game here? He's not going to break Bonds' record. Are we rooting for him to hit 60? Are we rooting for him to
62 or more?
62. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
So, like, if he hits 62, then he's the highest Yankee ever?
Yes. Most in the American League ever.
Okay. But, like, is that a huge deal? Just saying, is that, like, yeah, I mean.
The late 90s just ruined you, didn't they?
It's awesome. It's super
Are you
awesome.
going to go, but Sammy hit 66 and McGuire hit 70, Bonds hit 73.
Right. So are Are we enthralled with Aaron Judge hitting the 4th most home runs ever in a year?
You're into Albert Pujols doing that?
Yeah.
Why? There's 3 more people.
When was the last time we saw someone hit 700?
It's a great question. I mean, yes and yes.
Okay. When was the last?
See both points.
The home run chase. I mean, I feel like even when Bonds hit 73, people were just kind of like, eh. All right.
No, I was totally into that.
You were like 8 though. You were like,
you were like a Dodger fan. I like the Dodgers.
Right. You were in a Dodger diaper. Well, Bonds is going deep. No, you didn't have Dodger diaper?
No.
Oh, well, okay, sorry.
He does now.
I'm not trying to poo on Aaron.
You're kind of pooing on him.
I was excited to see him, and
You're mad he didn't homer in front of you.
I am, but I'm also like,
you and the dozens of A's fans that were at that game.
Dozens of A's fans and thousands of Yankees.
Yes.
Get into it.
Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Text messages entered Monday into the state's ongoing civil lawsuit over the welfare scandal revealed former Governor Phil Bryant pushed to make NFL legend Brett Favre's volleyball idea a reality. The text showed that the then governor even guided Favre on how to write funding proposals so that it could be accepted by the Mississippi Department of Human Services.
You're more into this than Aaron Judge.
I kind of am.
Brett Favre stan, Carmichael Dave.
Long time.
No.
He even bought the Jets jersey.
Next time he's out here, let's have him in studio.
Brett.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. Sacramento Kings fan Brett Favre.
Yeah, longtime Kings fan. You guys probably sat close to each other.
No, I was not at that game. We're gonna spend some time on this. If you haven't read the Mississippi Today, tremendous. You want to talk about why you support.
And if you have read the Mississippi Today, let us know.
If you're a subscriber.
Yes.
Mississippi Today, and I can't imagine what their budget is, but good for them. Local journalism is alive. What a deep dive. Seriously, Google Brett Favre in Mississippi Today. And, when you got your morning constitutional or whatever you got to do, you got a good 20 minutes, sit down and read the story. Here's the bottom line. We'll get into it later. Brett Favre, who we already knew was trash, is super trash. Oh, and also beat Florida State when he was in college, which already I hated him from then. Then he sent the picks, helped ruin Jen Sturger's life. And then this is actually.
But did you see that throw?
Yeah, throw's amazing. Yeah, he's a garbage can.
Well, gunslinger.
He's a garbage slinger.
That's fair.
Poop mouth.
That works too.
People can't stop. Speaking of just quarterbacks, Tom Brady. I missed a little bit of time in the preseason, and that's still a thing. And, well, Gisele, that's his wife, by the way. Yeah. She finally said something. We'll tell you what she said next.
The start of the NFL season is upon us, and Sactown Sports 1140 has all your coverage. Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and, of course, all the NFL action every Sunday. Your home for the NFL all season long. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start to the day. Temperatures in the afternoon will be down just slightly. Expect highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s under mainly sunny skies. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop a dealership you can trust. Folsom Lake Kia, over 20 years right here in Sacramento. Save big on your favorite new Kia models and get low interest financing. Visit my friends at FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friend Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Shelby, Peter, the whole team over there at RefinanceWithShelby.com, making it happen. Listen, local lenders. Local lender or reputation to uphold. With other banks, you're just a number. Why would you possibly want to purchase or refinance from someplace in Southern California or Florida or Texas or Ohio? Why don't you try purchasing or refinancing with local folks that live amongst us, that worry about word of mouth, that know the title companies, that know the appraisers, and if you're trying to purchase, that know the realtors? So when realtors are looking at multiple offers, they say, you know what? I've worked with Shelby before a bunch of times, and I know if you got a pre-approval from him, your deal is going through. They can close a purchase loan in 17 days. That's speed on your side with a local lender. You can compete with cash offers. Refinance with Shelby.com. NMLS number 279-051. BRE number 0186434. Hey, kids, it's Carmichael Dave talking to you about Capital Casino. Summertime heat is here, and Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite all of you to soak up some air conditioning, hang out, have some food, have a beverage. Always the most variety of table games in the region. Always the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
I'm in the great outdoors doing a little Dodge watching with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge. Would you look at that? You know, those are some pretty high-powered binoculars you got there, Vince.
Yeah, I use them to spot all the Lasher license plates out there.
Well, there's bound to be a lot because, I mean, you are the big guy after all, and the big guy's known for making great deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns and Longhorns, Tradesmen and Laramies, crew cabs and quad cabs, 4x4s and 4x2s.
I know. Hold on. I see another one.
Another what? Looked like it might have been a new Dodge Challenger.
I think so.
Or a new Dodge Charger. Elk Grove Dodge sells a ton of those, you know. And new Durangos, Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Cherokees, and the new Grand Cherokee, Jeep Compass, Gladiators, and Wranglers, and the all-new Wagoneer. I've heard Elk Grove Dodge has great deals on those, too.
Oh, he's taking off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You lose him?
Oh, no. Just another happy customer migrating back to Elk Grove Dodge.
No surprise there, because for over 40 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
There is beauty and there's uncomfort in owning an older home. The craftsmanship back then, the way they were built, the character, all have their positives. Now, on the other side, older homes need some love and some tenderness, and in our case, some help. Jason Ross here to tell you about the help we're getting thanks to ACR Solar. Now, you hear solar, and you know what? Yes, they do solar, but after years and years of living at our house, the time has come to get a new roof. Our old roof has done its job, but it is done. It's tired, and it looks it. So after doing the proper research and talking with several roofing companies, we landed on ACR Solar. They stood out from the first visit when Joe, their roofing expert, came out and shared his knowledge. We knew at that moment we were at ease because we were in good hands. Also, after our conversations with John, the owner of ACR Solar, that just confirmed what my wife and I already knew, that ACR Solar was the right choice for us. So we're so excited to begin our journey with ACR Solar. We're going to have a beautiful new roof, become more energy efficient, and have the peace of mind we're looking for. ACR Solar, 916-481-2700, or you can visit them at acrsolar.com.
Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Hey, small business owner, when's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs, but some don't check their rate often. Did you know rates can vary? In fact, taking 3 minutes to check your rate with Pi Insurance could save you up to 30%. Just go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for you with no hassle or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could save you money. Plus, with Pi, you can have peace of mind knowing your employees are protected. Our team of friendly customer representatives are just a call away, ready to help. It's no wonder customers rate us excellent on Trustpilot. Find out how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Phoenix Suns Governor Robert Sarver has been suspended 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA as a result of an investigation into the Suns franchise. The investigation found that during his time with the Suns and WNBA's Mercury, Sarver used the N-word at least 5 times when recounting the statements of others. And there was also instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees. The NBA said in a statement, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge is 4 home runs shy of tying Roger Maris's American League single-season record after a 2-homer performance in New York's 7-6 10-inning win over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. He is now tied with Alex Rodriguez for the second most home runs in a season by a right-handed hitter in the American League. one shy of tying Hank Greenberg, who did it in 1938, and Jimmy Fox in 1932. A report by Mississippi Today revealed Tuesday that former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant helped former NFL quarterback Brett Favre obtain welfare funds in order to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Southern Mississippi. The news organization reviewed text messages from 2017 and 2019 that were filed Monday in the state of Mississippi civil lawsuit over misspent welfare funds. Those are your Sactown sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Hey, Gisele, just talking. What is she saying? Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross tell you next.
They've been here for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Yeah. I'm not even going to mess around. It's too short. God, I wore this CD out. I know I've said cassette tape out. I know I've said that a billion times. But every time I hear the song. By the way, shout out to a longtime listener, Vidal. I woke up this morning to see a text from him sent to me at 12:37 in the morning. What's up, CD? Decided to listen to the Michael Mara show as he has better content. Thanks, Vidal.
Michael Mara's still on the radio?
I think he's podcasting.
Oh, well,
he's been
you can listen to that anytime.
Yeah. Vidal's been known to send me a
Also, remind you can listen to this show anytime by subscribing on Google Play or the Apple Store. Also, the Sactown Sports app, the website. It's everywhere. We're venereal.
We are everywhere.
I mean viral, darn it.
Oh, I just kind of skipped over that, too. Well, all of it, by the way. MVPs. That's us. Jason, Jay, Dave, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Gisele is in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Gisele has weighed in on her. She did an interview with Elle magazine, which if you don't have a subscription, get one. It's a lot of it's
that in the Mississippi. If you learn anything from today's show,
you
a couple
should.
things to get.
Yeah, Elle and Mississippi Today,
yeah,
or whatever it's called. Elle probably the smelliest magazine I've ever
in
come
a good
across.
way.
Well, there's just a lot of those pullouts with the perfume,
fragrance.
Yeah,
good
fragrance.
Smelling.
Yeah. So if you want to. Whatever. And she was talking about her world.
Yeah.
Here's the quote. Obviously, I have my concerns. This is a very violent sport. I have my children. I would like them to be more present.
Meaning Tom
Brady, who she has been married 13 years this year. I've definitely had those conversations with him over and over again, but ultimately I feel that everybody has to make a decision that works for them, and he needs to follow his joy as well. They share their daughter Vivian, son Benjamin, and then stepson Jack, who is from his relationship with Bridget Moynihan. She talks about being home and being present with the children, and then towards the end of the interview, this is what I think the money quote is. She says, "I've done my part, which is to be there for Tom. I moved to Boston. I focused on creating a cocoon and a loving environment for the children to grow up in and to be there supporting him in his dreams. Seeing my kids succeed and become the beautiful little humans that they are, seeing him succeed and being fulfilled in his career, it makes me happy. At this point in my life, I feel like I've done a good job on that. I have a huge list of things that I have to do that I want to do. At 42, I feel more connected with my purpose. I feel very fulfilled as a mother and as a wife. Now it's going to be my turn. I'm not going to be in this valley forever."
That's some stuff that needs to be worked out. As Tom said, I got a lot going on.
Yeah, and it's on one hand, it's kind of dirty to talk about this, but
right.
I think
this is their life.
But I think where it becomes an okay conversation is that I think listen, nobody knows what it's like to be Tom Brady and Gisele, but at the core, there's all kinds of husband-wife conflicts and this and that, and just your day-to-days, whatever. And I find myself, you never know what the truth is. You never know what the real story is, but it certainly sounds like on the surface, like she's being pretty transparent. And I really kind of feel for her. I also understand, like, Tom Brady, you could make an argument as the greatest football player ever. He's still at the top of his game. He's going to have the rest of his life to be not retired, or excuse me, to be retired. But on the other hand, his son's 15 years old. His kids are getting older. That's a very finite situation where they're going to be gone. And that's something I'm dealing with right now with my kiddos being 14 and soon to be 15 and 14. And Gisele, let's be real, on a worldwide scale, she's a bigger star than Tom Brady. She makes more money than Tom Brady. We think Tom Brady's a big deal because that's the world we live and work in. Gisele's a bigger deal. And she has, and let's be honest, they have au pairs and housekeepers.
Right.
And I get it. But she has not put her career on hold, but certainly has slowed things down to, as she said, kind of help raise the kids, provide a cocoon. And my guess is this. They've talked for, been together for 13 years, the bulk of his career. I'm sure there were conversations years and years ago. Yeah, I'll probably play till I'll play till I'm 40. Okay, 40. Well, then I'm done in New England. Okay, well, we won as soon as we win we won the Super Bowl. I'm going to come back. Okay, I'm going to Tampa Bay, but I'm just going to do it for, we won the Super Bowl. I can't. Okay.
And then literally had the retirement ceremony.
And imagine putting her through that.
Yeah.
Imagine she and the kids being at you. The kids are excited. Daddy's home. She's excited. She's calling her agent. She's revving things up. And he's like, no. And effectively, and I understand this is one way to take it, but in her mind, there's probably a little bit of, wow, we're that unenjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you came home for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And looked at
nice sacrifice.
Right. You looked at your supermodel wife.
Yeah.
And your children, who you barely see half the year. And you decided that you need to go back to getting CTE.
Right.
That's what you think of us.
Yeah.
So there's like some really deep stuff there that I can appreciate.
Yeah, that, and also in that time frame, he also already agreed on his next career, which is to be a broadcaster.
Yes.
Now, we don't know exactly when that'll happen, but knowing him, the way not knowing him, but the way he's prepared for his football career, he's going to be all in that.
That's correct.
So for the thought that I'm going to be at home, he will be more.
Mm-hmm.
But during football season, he's probably going to side of location Thursday or Friday, maybe Friday, game Sunday, meeting with coaches and all that. But he's going to be engrossed in game tape and film and prep and
minimum 4 days a week on the road.
Probably
Thursday, Friday. Well, because
maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Because don't you have those like pre-meetings?
Yeah, but that might be. I don't know exactly when they.
So his weekends are gone.
Yeah,
half the year.
Yeah, for football season.
It's kind of selfish.
Yeah,
I got to be honest, because it's not like he's got to figure out the next career to make the house payment.
Right.
Like, he's generationally wealthy. Doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not here to tell anyone how to be a father or raise their family. So please let me suggest how he is a father and should raise his family. But I feel like it's not out of line to say, okay, this is your last year now. And then you're going to have 2 more years with your oldest son. You'll have another 7-8 years with your other kids. You're going to be a stay-at-home dad until everybody's, relatively stay-at-home dad. It's your turn. Gisele's going to go off in Gisele.
Yeah.
You're around the house now working with them. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that Fox job's going to be there in 8 years. People will welcome you back. They might even welcome you back more because they'll have missed you. And you can still go do your thing. Why does he have to go straight from the field to the booth and just kind of step over the family?
Yeah. And I don't even think there's a guarantee this is his last year playing football.
You're 100%, although I'm really coming around to the idea that this is his last year, but you're right. It's far from a guarantee. Team Gisele on this one. Got to be honest. I've come around. I'm on Team Gisele. We'll take a break. Listen, Coach Nathaniel Hackett, Revolutionary War hero. He is not off to a great start with the Broncos. He acknowledged as much, and also where the show Hard Knocks is at its absolute best. We'll get into those two things now.
You ask for more 49ers coverage, and Sactown Sports 1140 listen.
Let's go, Niner gang.
Get all the latest 49ers news and notes online at SactownSports.com. Plus, make sure to follow us on IG at Sactown1140 for Emil Fragoso's live post-game show following every game.
That is what we expect out of the Niner gang. Niners win!
Your home for the most 49ers coverage in Sacramento. Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Flex. It's a better way to watch. Well, Tony Kemp has been a shining light for the A's since the All-Star break. He's batting .293 and also playing solid defense at second base and left field. And on Sunday, with Ricky Henderson in attendance for the Dave Stewart ceremony, Kemp became the first A's leadoff hitter with a single, a triple, a homer, and 4 runs scored as the A's beat the White Sox 10-3. Now batting, Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with incredibly fast and powerful supersonic Wi-Fi with 3 times more bandwidth that covers all the bases and then some. And strike out billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you safe at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity, proud partner of the Oakland A's. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babbel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks you can actually speak another language. Como si fuera magia.
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So I used the savings from switching to Progressive 30 years ago to buy tickets to the championship game. You know, between those two teams that didn't exist 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm a big Alaska Palm Trees fan. Which is a team now in the future?
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Premier Pools and Spa's huge annual Endless Summer Sale is back, and they're pulling out all the stops. September 23rd through 25th, you can save thousands on your new pool. And because they're expecting a large turnout, Premier Pools is booking pre-sale design consultations now. Get next year's pool at this year's price, plus save big. Call Premier Pools today at 916-852-0223 or visit online at ppas.com to schedule your pre-sale in-home design appointment. Don't miss it.
Do you ever feel like some service companies just treat you like a number? Like all they really want to do is just get at your checkbook. At Bell Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we're not looking for customers. We prefer to make friends. That's why we show up on time with clean trucks and uniforms and with a smile on our face. We'll treat your home and property with respect and clean up after ourselves, just like you would at a friend's house. If you need us to help with anything around the house, we're more than happy to do a good deed for free. And at the end of the day, we only expect you to pay if you absolutely love our service. At Bell Brothers, we don't find customers, we make friends. And right now, our drain clearing service is just $87. Call Bell Brothers at 916-444-1234, or you can find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Are you in the need of a loan? Well, Safe Credit Union is here to help. A home equity line of credit can help by using the equity in your home to finish projects or consolidate debt. How about looking for a new or used car? We'll get pre-approved for a safe auto loan to determine how much you can comfortably afford before you shop. Safe Credit Union is here to partner with you on your next loan. They offer flexible terms, fast processing, and excellent service from their financing experts. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Stimulating conversation about kitchen gadgets and baseball cards.
I think that's really crazy interesting.
It's the Carmichael Day Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
See, a lot of people are getting into these arcade one-up machines. You can buy the classic video games. They generally are between $300 and $500. And it was always kind of a dream to have those machines in the house. You know, just have an arcade room. I remember little me who would wash cars to get $10 so you could get the roll of quarters.
Oh, if you had a roll, that was fantastic.
You were living large.
Yes, dude. It's a lot of hours of entertainment.
I would put my little padded headphones on, play some Color Me Bad or Finding Cannibals, and go play some Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, and I want to sex you up. Huh?
Yeah, baby.
I remember it was early 2000s. I was in high school. They did a Cribs episode, and they went to Gary Payton's house, and he unveiled his arcade room. It was like the greatest thing I ever saw in my life.
Exactly what you're talking about. It really, really was. And now you can do it, not cheap, but cheaper than you used to.
Yeah.
But I think if I was ever going to do that, I would just get the one machine that has the 30,000 games in it, rather than the specifically. Although I do want, we were just talking during the break about this game Paperboy.
Yeah.
And how I have a machine that has that, but you're doing it with a.
It's not the same as the video game. With
Yeah.
the
You have to have the
handlebars.
handlebars. Same thing with the Star Wars game, which I know they have out. You have to have the pilot controls, not the. You can't play Star Wars with a joystick.
That was like I used the track and field game.
Yes.
I used to always have the buttons, but then when they had the roller ball,
get out of here.
Game over. Get right out of here.
Did you ever? And we'll move on. Did you ever have a buddy? Did you ever do the thing on track and field where you'd have a buddy hit the other button, and so you're both?
No, but someone had like that trick with like the pencil or something, or the pen, and it just made it go faster.
Really?
Yeah, it's like because you hit
Cheaters.
one side of it through your fingers, and it was hitting the other side at the same time. And I was like, "Whoa! How did they figure this out? That's really cool."
Wasn't there something called like a Game Shark or something that you could do to really cheat on that thing on Nintendo?
Or Game Genie.
Game Genie.
Oh, really? In a bottle?
Yeah, you like literally bought the Game Genie. It was like you literally bought cheating.
Yes.
Like it cheated.
It was a great cheater. Terrific cheating.
And on one hand, I'm like, why would you do that? On the other hand, I think you should have the option to cheat it. I think you should be able to turn the difficulty down on every game to the point.
But back in the day, old Nintendo games, you couldn't do that, and they were just ridiculously hard.
They were just
so like steroids for games.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Exactly. And you know,
in the Hall of Fame.
That way, you're always making the right decisions, no matter what. Unlike Nathaniel Hackett, by the way, whose debut for the Broncos did not go the way he wanted. They go into Seattle. They lose to Seattle. They had a record, or at least almost record. It's been a long time since you've seen that kind of futility that close to the end zone in the deep red zone. And we talked a lot Monday about the decision to let the clock run.
Yeah.
Then call a timeout. Then bring in a guy who is 1 for 6 lifetime. And by the way, this just into Brandon McManus, the kicker for the Broncos. When he went 1 for 6 lifetime on field goals 60 yards or above, every one of those attempts, he was younger than he was Monday. Just saying.
Okay.
So they decided to bring him in for a second longest kick in NFL history attempt, 64 yards. Miss. Game over. Nathaniel Hackett press conference yesterday.
You know, looking back at it, we definitely should have gone for it. Just not, one of those things you look back at it and you say, of course we should go for it. We missed the field goal. But in that situation, we had a plan. I mean, we had a plan. We knew that the 46 was the mark. We were 3rd and 15, I think, 3rd and 13. I'm more upset about that play before it, to lose yards, to be able to, getting that there would have definitely been better to be able to call that same play and get extra yards. But he dumps it out to Javonte. Javonte makes a move, goes a lot farther than I think we had anticipated. We were expecting to go for it on 4th down. And then you hit the mark. The mark that we had all set before we started. We said 46 yards. 46-yard line was where we wanted to be. And we got there. So we had to make the decision if we wanted to give it to, Brandon. And we did. And it didn't work. Sucks. But, hey, that's part of it.
Okay, so
some accountability there, I guess.
One thing I've learned really quickly out of Nathaniel Hackett is he's very, like the post-game press conference along with this, it's not excitable is not the right word, and he's not rambling.
He's thorough.
He's very thorough. I think the closest I could describe it is Nathaniel Hackett so far from what I've seen operates his press conferences in the same tone and tenor that a color analyst would use calling a game.
Yeah, less feel than like this was, like he just said it. We made the mark that we were said beforehand that if we got here, we'll kick a field goal. Okay, but again, that's what you said in your head. There's got to be some fluid nature to this where it's like situational. Who's the quarterback? 4th down. How effective have you been? I don't know. But I appreciate that he says, yeah, we probably should have gone for it now.
Yeah.
Forget the results. I think he's also saying, look, we should have done that.
I
don't have that place in the locker room.
I don't either. That's my question, because I do respect the transparency.
Yeah.
You're also telling the whole world that you crapped your pants on national television, but we
already thought he did.
Who amongst us has not crapped their pants on national television? Right? Okay. Or in a big moment, maybe.
Sure.
But yes, how does that go in the locker room? I'll tell you this much. Better to have it happen now.
Yeah, week 1.
Then, okay, you're in week 13.
And it costs you a playoff spot or something.
You're 6-6.
Yeah.
5-7. And if you're going to get it out of the way, get out. Because nobody's firing him now.
No.
He's not getting fired.
He can overcome this.
He can 100% overcome it. I admit that. I admire that. And he seems like a guy that I want to root for a little bit. Like, he's just kind of dirt right now. But he's like a rookie.
Yeah.
But I feel like he seems like a good dude. I don't know. He seems like a good dude based on the 14 seconds of press conference I've heard out of him.
Fair.
I now know him really well.
Close personal friend.
Definitely want to live next to him. Yeah. And I feel like our kids could play together.
Yeah. Tell him Carmichael Dave sent you.
Tell him Carmichael Dave sent you. The Detroit Lions are going to do something this weekend that has not happened in 24 games. That's the better part of 2 seasons. The Lions have the longest active streak in the NFL being underdogs. This is an insane stat. 24 straight games of being underdogs. They are favored by 2.5 against the Washington Commanders this weekend. The last time they were favored was back in November of 2020. They were favored by 1 against the Panthers.
Oops.
The Panthers, and by the way, you wrote this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, because most people don't know this stuff. I just want to shout you. This is tremendous research on your part. And I don't care if you got it from some article where they researched it. It's still tremendous research. PJ Walker was the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. The Lions were favored by 1. The Lions lost by 20.
I lost a lot of money on that game.
You and me both, bud. Lions host the Commanders. That's a 10 a.m. start, and they are favored by 2. Well, I think based on how the Lions looked against what should be a decent Eagles team.
Yeah, I think a good Eagles team.
I mean, they
hung with them.
They hung in there, and then the Commanders edged the Jaguars at home. I think that's about right.
The other oddity about this week, not only them being favored, the second longest streak is the New York Giants.
Is that so?
And they're favored.
Wow.
How about that?
I will say this as we break. This is where Hard Knocks is at its best because I am a Niner fan, but the Lions are now my adopted second team.
Did you get the tattoo yet?
I actually did.
Nice.
It hurts. I'll unveil it tomorrow. We'll take a break. 2 more bombs for Aaron Judge right in enemy territory, and a Giant pays the price for a big no-no. We're not talking about a no-hitter. We'll explain next.
Sactown Sports 1140 is your home of the Las Vegas Raiders for the 2022 NFL season. Tune your dial to 1140 for all Raiders games. Plus, you can listen online at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports 1140 app.
Divorce becomes a reality. You need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Plumbing, electrical, heating and air, everything that makes your home your home. With Bonnie, you sure got that covered. And right now, get your air conditioner tuned up for just $79. Originally $129. Bonnie.com.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. And why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthabite.net.
Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, talking about positionless basketball. It features players who shoot well from beyond the arc, can defend multiple positions, and would thrive in a pass-happy system. The way the players rely on each other is similar to how the body works when supported by Good Feet arch supports. By supporting all four arches, the foot, knees, hips, and low back become properly aligned, so that each can do their job pain-free. If you have foot-related pain, it's time to get serious. Good Feet makes over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities of arch supports. So your solution is waiting. Visit Good Feet now for a free, no-obligation, personalized fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet arch supports. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto online. Goodfeet.com.
I'm in the great outdoors doing a little Dodge watching with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge. Would you look at that? You know, those are some pretty high-powered binoculars you got there, Vince.
Yeah, I use them to spot all the Lasher license plates out there.
Well, there's bound to be a lot because, you are the big guy after all, and the big guy's known for making great deals on new Ram 1500 Bighorns and Longhorns, Tradesmen and Laramies, crew cabs and quad cabs, 4x4s and 4x2s.
I know. Hold on. I see another one.
Another what? Looked like it might have been a new Dodge Challenger.
I think so.
Or a new Dodge Charger. Elk Grove Dodge sells a ton of those, And new Durangos, Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Cherokees, and the new Grand Cherokee, Jeep Compass, Gladiators, and Wranglers, and the all-new Wagoneer. I've heard Elk Grove Dodge has great deals on those, too.
Ah, he's taken off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You lose him?
Oh, no. Just another happy customer migrating back to Elk Grove Dodge.
No surprise there, because for over 40 years, the name Lasher means a great deal.
Only at Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, and the Elk Grove Auto Mall, and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave, and it's amazing how the housing market has shifted so quickly over the last few months, and having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. Of course, it's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You can check him out at refinancewithshelby.com. Shelby's team, well known in the real estate market, from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. That makes all the difference. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front, so you can compete with the cash offers. They're local, fast, and competitive. Even with rates rising slightly from their record lows, there's been an increase in inventory. The market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. The team at United Wholesale Lending can pre-approve you over the phone in under 15 minutes without even running your credit. Refinancewithshelby.com. That's refinancewithshelby.com. NMLS number 279051, BRE number 01864354.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Billy Currington is coming back to SAC with Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, too. And he's bringing some friends, Russell Dickerson, and more. September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Tickets are just $35, so get yours before they sell out. Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Brought to you by Boot Barn, Attic Man Heating and Air, and the Gonzalez Law Office. Get your tickets and details at SactownSports.com.
Time to see the return of Pro Rodeo to Marysville next Saturday and Sunday, September 17th and 18th. For ticket info, go to MarysvilleStampede.com.
the flagship.
Ball game. Sacramento wins.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports 1140. The flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, that's right, they're yours, not mine. I am Jay Mars. Phoenix Suns Governor Robert Sarver has been suspended 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA as a result of an investigation into the Suns franchise. The investigation found that during his time with the Suns and WNBA's Mercury, Sarver used the N-word at least 5 times when recounting the statements of others, and there was also instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, the NBA said in its statement, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge is 4 home runs shy of tying Roger Maris's American League single-season record after a 2-homer performance in New York's 7-6 10-inning win over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. He is now tied with Alex Rodriguez for the second most home runs in a season by a right-handed hitter in the American League, 1 shy of tying Hank Greenberg, who did it in 1938, and Jimmy Fox, who did it in 1932. A report by Mississippi Today revealed Tuesday that former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant helped former NFL quarterback Brett Favre obtain welfare funds in order to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Southern Mississippi. The news organization reviewed text messages from 2017 and 2019 that were filed Monday in a state of Mississippi civil lawsuit over misspent welfare funds. Those are your Sactown Sports Headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Aaron Judge, he's hitting the home runs. Carmichael Dave will tell you about it next, and Jason Ross will tell you why it's no big deal.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, I had sex.
Quack, quack.
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
That's what she said.
Hour 2. Couple of things to get out of the way here real quick before we get into the world. You know, it's only fair because, and I know I'm the worst at this, I'll whine about it. It is Wine Wednesday.
Yes.
So, but I don't have, you know what I don't have to whine about today? One of my favorite things to whine about, I don't have the weather to whine about. It is beautiful outside. And it's been beautiful outside for a couple days now after.
Is it gorge?
It is gorge
It's
with
gorge.
a J. Yes, 100%. It is going to be 80 degrees is a high. You go out right now. It's not crisp, but it's more on the chilly side than the, oh my God, it's hot side. Perfect golf day. I'm not going to play. It's a perfect golf
You
day.
wait for it to be 110.
I'll be, actually, there's a reminder. Speaking of, you and that guy are going to be.
Who's that guy?
Jay Mars.
Oh, Jay Mars.
You'll be in charge Friday. I will be
on the radio?
You'll be on the radio.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I'll let my mom know.
Get excited. Tell her to hit record. It'll be Jason and Jay
Put the
all day
cassette
Friday.
in the radio, Mom.
That's right. I will be in Scottsdale, Arizona all weekend. Friend's birthday bash. So we're going from 75-degree weather.
Choice for you.
Yeah, it's going to be 100 all weekend there.
Lovely.
It finally gets cool here, and we're going there.
Isn't there like a really small chance of rain here on Sunday?
Yeah, there's a
And like
30
70 degrees.
It's going to be like
Ooh.
72 degrees, 73 degrees, and a 30% chance of rain.
That's all right. It's only, 105 in Phoenix or something?
73 and overcast on Sunday.
You're going to be like crying
I'm
if
going to
you.
be I'm so mad.
You're
Jason-
leaving the party early.
Jason, are you okay with that during the fall? I know you're a summer guy. You like the sunshine.
70's great. Yeah, no problem with that.
But a little bit of rain for your NFL Sunday, is that cool?
The smell
Yeah,
of it.
I don't mind rain. A little
No.
bit of it. I don't mind.
Do you ever blame it on the rain?
Never.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like raindrops dropping on my head.
On your head?
Yeah.
Raindrops are falling on my head. It's a great song.
In Scottsdale, it'll be 94, 95, 97, and 99.
That sounds okay.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
And
Lovely.
here it'll be 81, 84, 80.
That sounds good, too.
It sounds better.
Okay.
That's perfect. 10 degrees too warm, but perfect almost.
10? Like you said right now, like I would go just like 2 degrees a little warmer this morning.
Right.
Like I left, I go, ooh.
Well, it says it's 56 right now.
I'm a little chilly.
A little. I would say between 60 and 60. 7.
8.
It's
Maybe a little more.
What was the other thing I had for you? It's not that, so let's get to the thing. It was weather, and it was something else.
Traffic.
No, traffic on the 9s? No. It was your guy, Aaron Judge.
Yes.
Hitting,
Rejoice.
Completely natural 56 home run.
Yeah.
And 56 home run.
Swung on and drilled to deep right field. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Into the Boston bullpen. A Judgian blast. Aaron Judge drills into the right center field bullpen. As he rounds third, all rise.
Yep.
Here comes the Judge. Aaron Judge has hit his 56th home run.
He stood up.
Driven in his 122nd run.
Wow.
And the ball game is tied at 3.
Okay. Yeah, anyone can hit a home run at Fenway Park. But no, can he hit 2?
A 1-1. Swung on, there it goes. Deep left field, it is high. It is far. It has gone out of the building. Over the high green monster. Over the monster seats. Out onto Lansbone. He is phenomenal. The second home run of the night for Judge.
Did he rip off Dwayne Kuiper with his home run call? That's my question.
No.
339-1140. Because Dwayne Kuiper says, it is high. It is deep. It is out of here. I feel like he got ripped off. Or maybe Dwayne ripped him off.
There's no Judgian blast in Kuiper's call.
No, there's not. We don't have anybody like that. Also, how lame is it to be Gleyber Torres?
Why?
I can do things too.
And the 1-1 line, there's a base hit to right center field. In the alley, it'll go all the way to the wall. Canapaletta scores. Judge scores. Florial scores. It is a bases clearing 3-run double for Gleyber Torres.
So, that was like the go-ahead bases loaded base clearing double. And it's like, that's cute. That's cute that you did that, Gleyber. But you didn't hit 2 home runs.
No, Judge, by the way, too, is just hot overall. He's batting .310, which puts him
That's good.
7th in majors in batting average.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. So first in home runs, first in RBI. We had said he was in the top 20 in stolen bases,
which is just might be the weirdest stat in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Judge is in the top 20 and stuff. Aaron Judge is 7 feet tall and he's stealing bases. From the 916, the nice thing about raindrops falling on your head is it makes it harder to see the tracks of my tears.
For
play. For fears.
Yeah.
We're going to end up doing a Mount Rain more, aren't we?
Yeah.
What, blame it on the rain?
Man.
That's a great point. Because didn't we do a Chipmore? We did a Mount Chipmore during the break. Kelly.
Chip Kelly. Chocolate.
Ahoy.
Potato.
And Chip.
That was 4.
Oh, is that 4?
Yeah.
What about from what's the Will Ferrell movie that where it was a racer?
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky
Talladega Nights.
Well, Chip.
Tim Raines.
Tim Raines.
Tim Raines, Hall of Famer. Tim Raines. Who's the Hall of Famer you hate?
Hate is incorrect. No.
Yeah, Harold Baines.
I don't hate
Not
Harold
Tim Raines,
Baines.
Harold
I hate
Baines.
the idea that Harold Baines is in the Hall of Fame and there's like 7,000 other players that were better that aren't.
Well, I don't. If it makes you feel better, I don't think Zach Littell is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Wow, that's a hot.
I don't think he's gonna. Maybe I'm wrong. He's not having a good season. He had pitched in 3 of the last 4 games. And I don't like the way this sounds, by the way, because as punishment, he was sent to Sacramento.
Well, the punishment's because when he got lifted the other game, I don't know, he said something clearly to Gabe Kapler.
Yeah.
Kapler didn't like it. They meet in the dugout, and then it's like, okay, we're talking down here, off camera, in the tunnel. And they both said afterwards, that it was like, things were handled. We're everything's fine. And Kapler said it in a different way than Littell did.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm the one that's ticked off about this. And then the next day he's booted.
He gave up 2 runs. It was a close game against the Braves. He was pulled so the Giants could put, Scott Alexander against Matt Olson, lefty on lefty. And you could see on the mound, Littell expressed his displeasure, telling Kapler angrily he wanted to stay in the game. After making the change, Kapler took him back to the dugout tunnel for a convo. And as you said, told the reporters after the game, I said I just wanted Olsen. Not that I pitched well enough to deserve that at all. I think any guy out there is going to want to finish an inning. That's all it was. Frustration. I didn't get through that, and not by any means frustration towards Kapler, just frustrated with myself, and it came out that way. He apologized to Kapler after the game, noting that that's something we don't really want to address during the game, and obviously we both knew that. Kapler said after the game he understood him being frustrated, but there was a better way to handle it. Quote, I think Zach wanted to stay in that game, obviously. He's a competitor. He wanted to finish the inning. There's a way to do that, obviously, and Zach knows that. We discussed it. He knows when I come to get the ball, he just needs to put the ball in my hand. We open the door for conversations around when players enter and exit games, and I'm happy to discuss those things with players. There's a way to do it. Zach understands that. I get this story, and I think it's juicy, and I think there's a lot of people that are, and maybe they're right and I'm wrong, but I think there's going to be a lot of twisting into he showed up as manager.
Yeah.
He got sent down as an exec. You know what I think happened? I think he's a competitor. Yeah. I think he said something, handled it stupid. I think Kapler corrected him on it. I think they were going to send him down anyways.
Yeah. He'd given up a couple runs. He wasn't doing his job as effectively as he should.
Right. They sent him down. It's
hard not to connect the dots.
No.
But, yeah.
It's not as sexy.
Right.
But I think if Gabe Kapler were sitting in with us right now, I think at some point during the conversation, he'd say, you know what? I would never want him to handle it that way, but I'd much rather him be fired up and want to compete than, be nonchalant and just go collect a paycheck. I don't like the way he handled it, but I respect the competitive nature, and I hope he's back up here. I just feel like I don't think it wasn't that you don't do that. You don't show up your manager.
Right.
It wasn't egregious enough to warrant being sent down to the minors for that alone.
Punch in the water cooler, turning it over, throwing a bag of seeds. Like we see that in the dugout, and you're like, oh, he's upset. He's upset at himself, probably at Kapler too. You don't love it, but it's like, okay. But then doing it on the mound in front of everybody, just not the look.
That's exactly right. It's not the look. It's not what you want to do. By the way, I'm sure he'll be back sooner rather than later. Just, it wasn't a punishment to get sent to Sacramento. It was good for him.
Yeah, enjoy it.
It's going to McCooney now.
Yeah.
In the meantime, he's going to enjoy some wonderful weather while he's here, but that wonderful weather's not going to last forever. I know that. You know that. It'll probably be 100 degrees again before it won't. You know what I'm saying is I don't think we've seen our last 100-degree day. I hope we have. It will certainly get nice and chilly this winter. Make sure your HVAC system is all ready to go while you've got a brand new system installed from my friends at American Energy. They're offering right now a $2,500 off rebate. How cool is this, by the way? $2,500 off. You get that new installation because now is the time. They recognize that now is the time. American Energy does to replace that system. They want to make it easy for you. The offer expires at the end of this month. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. It's 916-520-9990 or visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. If you're looking to replace your HVAC system, now's the time to contact them. Don't settle with some high quote from the other guys because they had a neat jingle or something. Get a free quote on your system from your second opinion partner. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Look it up for yourself. Go to Google, go to Yelp, see what people are saying. AmericanEnergyAir.com. That's AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them your buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. Hey, golfers are going to break records next month. You probably have no idea why. The Dodgers are stupid, but we're going to talk about them apparently because somebody wrote it in there for question 2. And the Browns might be creative or they might be silly. We'll let you judge. It's 3 for Madness in just 30 seconds.
You want more Kings coverage? Sactown Sports 1140's giving it to you.
You'll be watching and thinking, man, like, I guess Keegan, he's maybe not as good today. And then you look up and he's got, 12 and 8 and it's, the second quarter and he is just so calm, so efficient.
I think it's absolutely what Sacramento needs. I think there's this sense that something special is starting to fall into place.
Log on to SactownSports.com for exclusive content. SactownSports.com. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
Okie dokie, artichokes. Coming up At 8 o'clock, Sean Salisbury is going to join us for the first time this season. Looking forward to talking to Sean again. Been too long. Wine Wednesday at 8:27. We got something to whine about. We got plenty to whine about. In the meantime, the head of the whiners.
Wow.
I meant that. No, like wine. Like the grapes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Assistant Program Director Justin Marshall calling in from the bullpen. Member of the show, Jay Mars.
Good Lord.
Good morning.
Just
How do you
taking
feel,
it
Jay?
wonderful. How do you feel?
That's a
How
good
you
intro.
doing?
I've said you've had better.
Wow. Wow.
Golfers will compete for the largest purse in sports history in the $50 million LIV season finale at the end of October. Gentlemen, does this purse intrigue you?
What was the inflection on the
I
video?
it felt like I had to make it more grand because of all the money.
Really nice purse.
I am here for random inflection, and it is a really nice purse. It's a gorgeous purse.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Matches your shoes.
I consider myself a golf aficionado, a golf fan. I didn't have any idea until I saw that written in the pre-show. I knew what the purses
You
were.
had no idea that it was $50 million.
I had no idea. That's actually the most. What just happened is the most exciting part. Like, it's not about the money. Jason, was it you saying before in the pre-show? Or was it one of you?
It was
two?
me.
Yeah, you were talking about how these purses keep going up, but it's not about the money.
The numbers just blend now.
Yeah, who cares?
We've seen like $50 million thrown around for a baseball player,
right.
When you read about $500 million contracts and all, it's like, okay, that's cool.
Now, we came up with some ways to make this more entertaining other than the money. But I'm not sharing any of them.
Thank you.
Let me just say they've got to find some other way to do this, because this is gonna be the quietest $50 million winning you've seen in sports. Do something.
Yeah, it doesn't intrigue me. And maybe again we're back to the availability of this, and if it's mainstream TV or cable or some other easier way to get it, or more, I don't know. It just
Okay, Jason, it's on NBC. Are you watching?
there's a chance,
But it's not, right?
No, I'm
Okay,
saying
I thought you were saying like
because you're mentioning networks, so I'm gonna
Yeah, I
think
mean,
of the
if
biggest one I can think of.
right? A chance, but now we're on the weekend. That's gonna be football weekend. Probably not.
Here's the thing, though. I actually, you know what? Going into this question, I was kind of struggling. I've been thinking about it since the pre-show. I've been struggling for the angle here. Like, well, why doesn't it matter? What is the deal here? And you know what? Just talking it out, guys, I think I figured it out. I want you to think about Bubba Watson winning the Masters. I want you to think about Cam Young Smith, one of the mullet guy, winning his major.
Yeah.
When we watch them win and they like drop to their knees and cry or hug their caddy or what, we're not like, oh my God, he just made $4 million.
Yeah.
We're not. We're thinking, oh my
He just
God,
made history.
He just made history. Green jacket. Wow. Hideki Matsuyama is a U.S. Open champion. Or if Ricky,
It's the prestige of the tournament.
It's the prestige. It's the history. It's the shared experience with Ben Hogan or Walter Hagen or Sam Snead or Jack Nicklaus. It's not, oh my God, Ricky Fowler just made $5 million. I'm so happy for him. It would be Ricky Fowler finally got a major. Yay! He's not just the hat guy with the mustache. So
The mustache.
I think maybe that's the biggest Achilles heel for the Live Golf Tours. There's no history.
Yeah, and
there's no prestige.
And that goes for any, secondary organization in a major sport. You talk about, why doesn't anyone care about XFL or USFL? It's like, well, it sucks, number one. And number two, what does it matter if you win a USFL title?
It
Like,
doesn't.
who cares?
Nobody cares. And what's beyond that, like when we had the Canadian Football League, I didn't care either. Canadian Football League's been around forever. People in Canada believe in it. Like they're all for it.
Yes, because it's their league.
It's their league. I don't care about their league. I care about the Vince Lombardi.
Former Grey Cup winner Sean Salisbury joining us at 8 o'clock.
I bet you if we asked Sean, would you rather have the Lombardi or the Grey Cup?
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Number 2.
Question 2.
All right. How about them Dodgers? They won their 9th NL West title in the last 10 years. Are you guys impressed?
Nope.
How are you not impressed?
I don't know. I'll tell you here. How about this? How about I'm going to go to my son's school today, and I'm going to take on his basketball team individually and one-on-ones all day long. And after the 12th kid that I just annihilate, because I'm 6'4" and bulky and they're tiny, and we're playing half court, not full court, can't do that. And then somebody comes up and is like, wow, Dave, you just beat 12 straight 8th graders. That is a feat. And I'll be like, it's not.
I don't feel like this is
I'm a grown man,
comparison.
and these are little children. Am I impressed that the Dodgers and their $300 million payroll? No, they're not Little League, but they it's like going into a battlefield and, okay, you're going into a battlefield, grown men versus grown men. And one side has, like, they do the thing in the old school, like in the Revolutionary War, where the guys with the bayonets are all in a row and they fire and then they duck down and the guys come up behind. And you'd see the way they fight. It would basically be like this row would go down.
You're right,
this row would
because
go down.
Nobody in the Dodgers division over the last 10 years has been any good.
By the way, then
World Series champions.
So they have muskets, right?
Padres out there just spending all
then the people the muskets are fighting, they've got drones and an air force. Like, imagine watching, like, The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, if you ever saw that, and they're all battling, and then all of a sudden, an SR-71 Blackbird.
Imagine being able
bombs.
to also afford the drone and be like, no, we want to use the muskets instead.
Yeah. Tell that to insert small market National League team.
Okay, they're in a division with a large market National League team, a major market National League team, and another team who spends like a major market team.
They're not there yet.
But they spend like it.
I'm not saying the Dodgers haven't made any good decisions. I'm not saying that they haven't made good draft picks. And by the way, I'm not saying that they haven't built a lot of that from.
You're kind of saying that, though.
But what I'm saying is this: that is not an option available to Oakland.
But they don't play in the division with Oakland.
That. Here's one
or Colorado
where I think it's absolutely amazing. So it's 9 out of 10. The 1 year they don't do it.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
They set their franchise record for wins.
They didn't do it last year.
And lost to the Giants, who didn't spend nearly as much money
Not
as
at
them.
all.
So, and the Dodgers were great last year. It's difficult to do what they've done. Yes, they're spending a ton of money. They have a ton of talent. They've made good choices. The Red Sox spent a lot of money. Yankees spent a lot of money. They don't win it every year.
It doesn't guarantee. You have to have some level of skill and luck and success, of course. Not saying the Dodgers haven't done anything great. I'm just saying I'm not going to go celebrate in the showers with everyone because they spent $300 million and won 100 games. All right.
Just in the street, not in the shower.
Just in the street, right. So these Dodgers are stupid.
Wow.
And I'm, by the way, and you might think I'm biased.
By the way, I'm a Dodger fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might think I'm being biased because I'm a Giants fan and I hate LA.
You are.
I am. Number 3.
Question 3.
The Cleveland Browns unveiled a new midfield logo on their field.
Or modified logo.
Yeah, I guess that works too. With Brownie the Elf. Your thoughts?
Santa. Oh, different elf.
Yeah, it does look like a Rice Krispie character.
Yes.
Here's the bottom line.
Like Pop.
It looks stupid, but it's also incredibly popular in Cleveland, and that's their audience. Well, apparently there was.
It will be if they win.
There was a coach that wore a sweatshirt. It was like Cleveland Browns Training Center or whatever, and it had this character on it, and the sweatshirt sold out last year. Like people, this is Cleveland's gritty. This is a thing now where you come up with a dumb, stupid. By the way, prepare yourself. This is going to happen with the Kings. They've
got it, Slamson.
But no, they have Slamson. But there's going to be like Slambaroni, and it's going to be like a lion with 17 eyes.
I don't think that's going to hit
and a pogo stick.
Dunkson, mini Slamson.
Right. Well,
Dunkson was bootleg Slamson.
Yeah, bootleg Samson was.
There's
Slamson.
mini Slamson.
Mini Slamson's fine. Bootleg Slamson's.
Yeah, Dunkson sucked.
Dunson's terrible.
Really bad idea.
Dunkson needs to go to Well, I was just saying he needs to go to the minors, I guess. There's a reason why
he's training.
I mean, no offense.
Yeah, he's working his way up. He's trying to get a 10-day.
It's not a major league.
No.
Wow,
no.
Poor Dunkson.
Sorry, Dunkson.
Tim Dunkson.
We'll take a break. Dunkson Donuts. When we come back, Robert Sarver's a piece of garbage.
Oh, wow.
Jason Ross is going to think of more things with dunk in it. We'll figure that out during the break. We knew Sarver was trash We have the docs to prove it. We'll get into this conversation right after this.
Sactown Sports 1140 is broadcasting live on YouTube.
To me, it's a must-watch.
Check out the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and the Cattles and Rami Show. Plus, get exclusive content. Search Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Quick Quack Car Wash.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start to the day. Temperatures in the afternoon will be down just slightly. Expect highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s under mainly sunny skies. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
My daughter is in middle school, which means my car has to put up with soccer kids kicking the door shut with muddy shoes. So you can expect my car to look a mess. But I defy expectations. Thanks to Quick Quack, I don't have to look like middle schoolers are running this show. Head to Quick Quack for a shine that lets you defy expectations.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Coastside Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical breakthrough. The WAVE technology at Coastside Clinic was tested by Cambridge University and the Cleveland Clinic, and the results are in. It's proven to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED by treating the root cause, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, we'll also include something unique. I don't think I've ever seen it fail. This is a $600 value, free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Coastside Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Flex. It's a better way to watch. Well, Tony Kemp has been a shining light for the A's since the All-Star break. He's batting .293 and also playing solid defense at second base and left field. And on Sunday, with Ricky Henderson in attendance for the Dave Stewart ceremony, Kemp became the first A's leadoff hitter with a single, a triple, a homer, and 4 runs scored as the A's beat the White Sox 10-3. Now batting, Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with incredibly fast and powerful supersonic Wi-Fi with 3 times more bandwidth that covers all the bases and then some. And strike out billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you safe at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity, proud partner of the Oakland A's. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
Are you in the need of a loan? Well, Safe Credit Union is here to help. A home equity line of credit can help by using the equity in your home to finish projects or consolidate debt. How about looking for a new or used car? We'll get pre-approved for a safe auto loan to determine how much you can comfortably afford before you shop. Safe Credit Union is here to partner with you on your next loan. They offer flexible terms, fast processing, and excellent service from their financing experts. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
You already know RC Willey has a large selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. But do you know they also have a low price guarantee? RC Willey, located in Rockland and South Sacramento near Elk Grove.
Tune in every Wednesday to the Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross show for Wine Wednesday, where they whine about plays, calls, everything from the past week in sports. Wine Wednesday, brought to you by E2 Family Winery.
Time to see the return of Pro Rodeo to Marysville next Saturday and Sunday, September 17th and 18th. For ticket info, go to MarysvilleStampede.com.
Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Phoenix Suns Governor Robert Sarver has been suspended 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA as a result of an investigation into the Suns franchise. The investigation found that during his time with the Suns and WNBA's Mercury, Sarver used the N-word at least 5 times when recounting the statements of others, and there was also instances of inequitable conduct towards female employees. The NBA said in its statement, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge is 4 home runs shy of tying Roger Maris's American League single-season record after a 2-homer performance in New York's 7-6 10-inning win over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. He is now tied with Alex Rodriguez for the second most home runs in a season by a right-handed hitter in the AL, 1 shy of tying Hank Greenberg in 1938 and Jimmy Foxx in 1932. A report by Mississippi Today revealed Tuesday that former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant helped former NFL quarterback Brett Favre obtain welfare funds in order to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Southern Mississippi. The news organization reviewed text messages from 2017 and 2019 that were filed Monday in the state of Mississippi's civil lawsuit over misspent welfare funds. More on Robert Sarver being a piece of trash now on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Stimulating conversation about kitchen gadgets and baseball cards.
I think that's really crazy interesting.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back. Half hour from now, Sean Salisbury with it will join us. We'll talk about Brett Favre being it's piece of garbage Wednesday. Told you that.
Apparently,
yeah. Not Sean. Sean's awesome.
No.
Sean's the meat in a garbage sandwich because we're going to talk about Brett Favre in about an hour. He's a real trash heap. But even, dare I say, bigger piece of trash than Brett Favre is Robert Sarver, the owner of the Suns. Received a 1-year suspension yesterday, barring him from all NBA and WNBA facilities, a $10 million fine, which was the max, after a lengthy investigation found he repeatedly used demeaning language towards female employees, made inappropriate jokes in contact with employees, used the N-word at least 5 times while relaying statements that a person of color had made. Now, this is the largest punishment ever levied against an NBA owner, except for one. And of course, that one is Donald Sterling, who had his own scandal. Sterling was fined $2.5 million, not $10 million, but he was banned for life from the NBA and forced to sell the team. Now, why are they different? Why did Sterling have to sell his team and Sarver not? Well, number one, Sterling wasn't, exactly a great citizen before that whole thing, but it's not like Sarver was either. Sterling was sued multiple times for racial discrimination, for sexual harassment. His players were not fans. But where the NBA really took action, people will remember, is when TMZ published recordings of he and his girlfriend talking. That's where Donald Sterling, complained about his then girlfriend, who is of Black and Mexican descent, her associating herself with Black people, including a Instagram photo with Magic Johnson. A lot of racism in there. But with Sarver, you've got 70 people, more than 70 people, accusing him of racism, of sexual harassment, of all kinds of stuff. But no video, no audio.
Which is a game changer.
It is a game
in these
changer.
things. It really is. As far as more public opinion, the league did a year-long investigation.
Yes.
Obviously, they found material to come down with the statement that they did and the fine and the punishment. But the fact that Sarver has since come out and said he basically disagreed with the punishment, man, he was open enough to let them look into the team, brash enough to say, I don't even agree with this. And likely, unless something else changes, he's back with the team in a year. And you think about that, owning the Mercury too, just all the different areas where he was demeaning to people, and you're reporting back to work to this organization. Man, that's tough.
Let me run a couple of quotes by you. You tell me at the end if these are bad or if these are, worth being tossed. Robert Sarver, in referencing a minority owner, his son, quote, "We just bought the team in June of 2004. My biggest concerns were ticket sales, sponsorship revenue, trying to sign some players, getting a winning record. What I really know is my biggest concern was the Heckman boys were blanking their way through the cheerleading team." Okay. Stories involving the minority owner's last name was Heckman, by the way. Stories about his own sex life, the minority owner, including one involving former Suns great Steve Nash. Quote, "Dick," meaning Dick Heckman, the minority owner, "was chasing everything that Dale. And speaking of, someone said he left his DNA. He did leave his DNA, and I'm not going to say that out loud, by the way, but involving the locker room." I want to remind everybody, what I'm reading are actual Robert Sarver quotes, not alleged. And I'll explain that at the end. At one point, Sarver turned his gaze to someone in the crowd, apparently on their phone and not paying attention. Quote, this guy's got a make-believe deal going on over here at blanking 3 a.m. You merging on a SPAC, or are you lining up a hooker over there? What are you doing? It's a blank memorial service. Blanking idiot. Jesus. I'm going to guess his receptionist has small word I can't say out loud for her chest. But he has no idea he's just drinking his wine. And finally, after some kind words about the minority owner's children, look at how good you guys all turned out. I never would have believed it, to be honest with you. I mean, you're married, you got kids, you got a family, you got a business, you're making money. It's a blanking miracle, really. Compared to where you guys started 17 years ago, it's unbelievable. I mean, we're lucky we still own the franchise. In today's environment, we would have lost it a long time ago. I'm reading this for a reason. This was a roast of a minority owner. It's caught on video. It's not alleged. It's actual quotes. Now, are those damning enough to cause him to sell, be forced to sell? I don't think so, but it also depends on who thinks it's egregious.
Sure.
But I think that it is a great foundation to use. You may not have audio of Robert Sarver using the N-word, but here's the thing. True or false, Jason, if Robert Sarver on audio was caught on audio or video using the N-word, do you think he'd be being forced to sell?
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. And so that's like, we go back, I mean, again, not to trivialize or make fun of any of this stuff.
Right.
But Ray Rice on video. What do you think abuse looks like?
Right.
It's not made up.
No.
So then you see it on video. I used to say this years ago as another example when Roberto Alomar spit on the umpire. Awful, but we saw it.
Yes.
Just despicable.
Yes.
Well, again, what do you think that looks like? But now we can see it or hear it. It changes the whole dynamic.
Here's the bottom line. The NBA's got to force him. Now, it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, the NBA works for Robert Sarver and his friends that own basketball teams, their franchises. You can't just say, you got to do this, and then you do it, because guess what? Robert Sarver, like most of these guys, also has an army of lawyers. They're very litigious. They'll go after it. It's not going to be easy. But it is the NBA already is walking a tightrope with its human rights claims while basketballs are being sown by people in China that certainly aren't getting great benefits, let's put it that way. Them coming out about Hong Kong versus China and that whole thing, LeBron James, the shoe companies now saddling up to betting companies and all that stuff. The NBA already does a really good dance with trying to be a thought leader, a tastemaker when it comes to human rights, to helping to push and raise awareness for folks of color and other organizations that need that push. And good for them. But it's a little bit hypocritical when you have any other person, dancer, player, coach, GM, minority owner, and by minority owner, I mean an owner that is not the majority owner, not an owner that's a person of color, since we're in the context on the conversation. They're all fired. They're done. But because Robert Sarver owns the team, a guy who in front of employees, according to 4 former employees, said, quote, he needs to wear Magnum or extra large condoms. Former employees said he asked players about their sex lives, the sexual prowess of their significant others. Quote, women have very little value. Women are possessions. And I think we're nowhere close to where they think men are. This is what's gross about this. Robert Sarver will be forced to sell the Phoenix Suns. I'm telling you, on September 14th, right now, he's going to be forced to sell the Suns. Because the players, of whom many are of color, who shouldn't have to be the ones.
Right.
They should not have to be the ones to stand up and go, this is wrong, and we feel like they shouldn't have to do that, but they're gonna.
Right. Well, and a very outspoken player like that is Chris Paul.
Chris Paul
was there with the Clippers. Now he's here with
the Suns.
Yeah.
Talking about that former head of the Players Association.
Right. And it's sometimes it's more difficult when it's like in your own backyard, but it's also more powerful when it's in your own backyard.
And the Suns have a great thing going on the floor.
Yeah.
They have a great thing going. They're historically a crap team with a few exceptions, most notably early 90s, Barkley and Nash and all those guys.
And now
they have a good thing going despite Robert Sarver.
Right.
This is an opportunity. I guarantee you Suns fans would be all over. Please make him sell the team, much like Snyder in Washington.
Yeah.
But this is very NFL-esque of the NBA.
Oh, yeah. There's so many angles here because, to your point, where one of the credit marks, I guess, for Adam Silver, he came right into the league at a very difficult time. It was during Sterling. He was aggressive, helped, get this moving through and get Sterling out of the league.
Yes.
I think a lot of people thought, wow, Stern would have probably done it differently. Good for Silver. Well, we're in this spot again. And a lot of times he's there to, I don't know, say protect the owners, but serve for the owner,
Sure.
And I'm guessing other owners aren't like, hey, let's get him out of here, because now you're going to start looking at all of our affairs. Like,
correct.
I don't want to say what's the difference between this and Mark Cuban, but what is the difference between this and Mark Cuban and Dallas?
I think so people don't grab onto that statement out of context. I would say this, Jason. There are differences between this and Mark Cuban. However, there's not necessarily differences in egregiousness between them. They're different things, but they're also some of the same. And some are more egregious in Dallas, and some are more egregious in Phoenix. The players are going to have to throw in their uniforms now, and they're going to have to start making noise. The Players Association is going to have to start getting involved. Then you're going to see sponsors and networks.
That's when it does it. Follow the money. Yeah.
So we'll continue this in a second.
Yeah.
Was this a harsh enough penalty, and how can the NBA bail themselves out of this whole thing? We'll get into it after this.
Breaking news, the latest happenings with your favorite teams.
You ever wonder about what the heck all these kids are doing on the computers all the time?
Stay up to date with all of it by following us on Instagram and Twitter.
Excuse me, gentlemen, a little update for you.
At Sactown 1140.
Get ready for a new season of Sacramento Kings basketball.
Two-hand jam has me on my feet.
The season tips off at Golden One Center on October 19th when the Kings take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Join the loudest fans in the NBA.
This is one of the most magical moments.
Get your tickets to cheer on Fox, Sabonis, rookie Keegan Murray, and the new-look Kings at a game this season.
Murray, yes!
Tickets are on sale now at kings.com/tickets. Secure your seat for the action today.
When there's trouble in the bedroom, it can hurt more than just your confidence. It can hurt your marriage or dating life. Not knowing if you'll be able to perform at any moment doesn't help either. Pacific Men's Clinic can help. Go to the clinic that specializes in one thing, making your love life the best it can be by solving the problem at its source. Pacific Men's Clinic's non-invasive procedure. It's safe and pain-free. Call 916-545-7577 for your free consultation now. That's 916-545-7577.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. What's going on, Chad, for Ram Power Days?
Not only do we have Northern California's best selection of heavy-duty Ram trucks, right now save up to $2,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 2500s. Plus, with 0% financing available, that means you can save thousands more avoiding finance charges.
Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy, but do you have any trucks to pick from?
We aren't the #1 heavy-duty Ram truck dealer in California for nothing. We have over 250 heavy-duty trucks available. That's the largest selection of HD inventory in Northern California. Plus, if we don't have your perfect truck available, you can custom order it. Not to mention Hoblet's true price means the price you see is the price you pay. There are no hidden fees or add-ons when you get here.
All right, if you're looking for a new truck, Hoblet Dodge needs to be your first stop. See Hoblet Dodge's true pricing by stopping by the Hoblet Ram Truck Center in Woodland for a test drive or see their full selection at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
3,000 total net savings on new 2022 Ram 2500 tradesmen after $750 factory rebates and $1,250 dealer discounts. Rebates include $750 conquest bonus cash. Must own or be leasing non-Stellantis group vehicle to qualify. Special 0% APR for 36 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. $2,778 per thousand borrowed. Send it to net savings. See dealer for details.
Let West Coast Car Audio of Galt and Stockton help you beat the heat this summer. How, you ask? How about tinting your entire car for only $79? Offer valid at Galt and Stockton locations only. Get your entire car tinted for only $79 at West Coast Car Audio of Galt and Stockton. Don't need tint? No problem. West Coast Car Audio and Tint wants to help you save money with amazing deals on alarms, car, boat, and ATV stereos and more. The new Galt location of West Coast Car Audio also does paint protection film. Plus, they do ceramic car coating starting at only $299. Give the experts at West Coast Car Audio and Tint of Galt and Stockton a call today, or come check them out in person.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks you can actually speak another language. Como si fuera magia.
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So I used the savings from switching to Progressive 30 years ago to buy tickets to the championship game. You know, between those two teams that didn't exist 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm a big Alaska Palm Trees fan. Which is a team now in the future?
So switch to Progressive and save big because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friends at American Energy, and you know now's the time to replace your system, and you can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation, 0% financing, and payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, your second opinion partner.
Contractor license number 1083187. Offer expires September 30th, 2022.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140 on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sean Salisbury in 15 minutes. Coming up at 8:13, Brett Favre is trash can. And then at 8:27, Wine Wednesday. Dave, Jason, Jay. It's not like the NBA is stupid. It's not like they haven't had this conversation. It's not like they're aloof and ignorant. Adam Silver and his group of highly paid, mostly highly intelligent PR folk, it's not like they know this is coming. So then my question is, what's the strategy here? Because they had to know this is going to blow up. I understand that it's a little bit of an impossible situation, but is there a chance? And by the way, and I'm being tinfoil hat here, and I fully acknowledge this is a very naive, most likely naive way of giving the NBA a ton more credit than they deserve. But is it possible they sat around and they said, okay, listen, we can't force him to sell right now. We've talked to our attorneys. We want to. Nobody likes him. But it's going to set a precedent that the owners aren't going to like. Number one, as you brought up. Number two, he's going to win in court, or he's very likely going to win in court. So our only option is to max fine him, max suspend him. Although I guess this isn't a max suspension.
No, they could have suspended him longer, but the max fine.
The fine. Which I guess you can kind of understand the fine if that's the max, but then why didn't they suspend him for 5 years? Whatever. And then what's going to happen is people are going to lose it. The players are going to lose it. The sponsors are going to lose it. We need to wait until that happens so that we can then turn around and say, okay, we're going to force you to sell, much like they kind of did with Sterling. They waited a little bit until things really blew up monetarily and with players before they did that. Maybe is it possible that they're purposely going with this strategy so that people can freak out, put the pressure on, and now they can force them to sell. And if it goes to court, say, look, we can demonstrate we were going to lose billions of dollars.
Yeah.
We have a fiduciary responsibility to the league and to the other owners to do this. And maybe the other owners then go, okay, you got to.
So much pressure everywhere. I'm guessing they're smart enough to have played every scenario out.
Sure.
Right. I mean, obviously discussed all of it, because in my mind, when I've read, and a lot of people say the suspension and fine wasn't, the fine was the max, but the suspension wasn't long enough. To me, I immediately went to, then that means termination.
Right.
But you just threw out a number that I hadn't thought of, but let's just pretend they said a 5-year suspension, which is drastic.
Sure, it is.
5 years, like, we forget about Robert Sarver.
Yes,
like, if he shows up in 2027 and he's back at, like, is he still interested? Does he care?
Right.
Literally, though, I don't know the answer to this, Dave, and I don't know if you do. Let's pretend they said today 5-year suspension.
Yeah.
How do they function? I'm not saying they can't function as an organization, but he's still responsible for the bills, right? And
I think in that case, I don't know this for sure, but I think in that case, here's exactly what would happen. The board on the Suns would elect an interim chairman to take over all duties from Robert Sarver. So Fred Smith would now become the governor in charge, for which, by the way, they're going to do for the year anyways. Now, to your point, that doesn't mean that Sarver's not behind the scenes puppet mastering his way through this whole thing financially, but they'd have a front man, but he's still going to have influence. Of course he's still going to.
Yeah, but I mean, because then do you run the risk of, all right, this is how you do it? I'm going to take us to the floor. I'm not going to spend on player. I don't know. I don't know how he would take it, but that's not good for the league either.
It's not. I don't know why there's a problem with just simply saying owning an NBA team is a very lucrative privilege. It's a club that a ton of people want to be in. The moment somebody moves to sell a team, and you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar, every team is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And the moment somebody says, we're going to sell, there is a bidding war on that. There is no shortage of demand from the richest people in the world, many of which can't get into this club because it buys something their money normally can't buy, which is celebrity status. It's a very exclusive situation. It's one of under 30-something people in the whole world can do this. I don't know why the NBA can't come out and say, this is a privilege.
Right.
You have to
meet this criteria.
Meet the criteria.
Yeah.
And when you don't, you can't be in this club anymore.
Right. Much like we say to the players, we'll use this term, conduct detrimental to the team.
Yes.
Conduct detrimental to the league.
Yes. Why does an owner get treated differently than a player or an executive?
And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, aren't they owners, whoever's applying, whoever's trying to get in this exclusive club, aren't they vetted basically too?
The owners have to, I know at least to start, I know for a fact this is how it was back in at least 2012. They have to put up $25,000. They have to they have to wire 25, or at least again, 10 years ago, they had to wire 25 grand, I think it was, to the league to pay for the league basically having their FBI go back and vet these guys. Now, Sarver's been an owner in this league for a long time.
Right. It's almost different. Like once you get in,
right.
I don't want to say you can do whatever you want, but it does feel like you can do whatever you want.
No, you're absolutely right. And again, not to nuance this, and I want to be careful to get this as right as I can, but it's why when Ron Burkle and Mark Mastrov, or when Burkle dropped out and Vivek emerged as the lead candidate, part of the reason why that made so much sense and why it was attractive to the league is that Vivek had already been vetted and was an owner in the league. The minority owners with the Warriors have to get vetted the same way that the majority owner does in Utah. They're all vetted the same. They all have to pass the same things. Mark Mastrov had been vetted before because he was trying to buy the Warriors, much like who's the Larry Ellison of Oracle. Right? Same thing. They're all vetted. Now they'd have to be updated a little bit, but you can move easier. So with Sarver, it's tough to find this stuff in vetting. You're not getting everything he's ever written, and some of it you might be putting aside.
Yeah.
But
some of it you had to just go through life.
Correct.
Examples to have it happen.
How are you going to ask in today's day and age of Black Lives Matter, of Me Too, of empowerment in general, of all these columns dominoing of historical garbage that we've had, and you're a league that professes to be at the forefront of this,
right?
How are you going to ask Black players, women, and people, just
in general,
screw the color and gender,
top to bottom, all parts of the organization,
you're now asking them to go back and work for this man, this racist at best? Because I understand the audience we're playing to right now, and I understand that there's about 45% of the audience racist. And let me see if this sounds familiar to some of you. And I shouldn't do that. I started to mock, and I apologize. That everybody has their thoughts, but let me see if this sounds familiar. Something to the effect of, "Hey, he said the N-word, but he didn't say it as in you're an N-word. He was repeating what another Black player had said. And by the way, we don't get on these rappers for saying the N-word constantly all the time in their songs that all these people listen to. So we're going to make a guy sell a team because he was repeating something someone else said. Oh, and also the number one pick in the draft a couple years ago, Anthony Edwards, over the weekend, he got caught making a homophobic comment. Are we going to force him to retire?" See if any of that sounds familiar. Now, let me try to explain why that's different. Okay. So, for example, the people that are like, the people that say, like, well, I mean, calling me a honky, calling me a cracker, it's the same as saying the N-word. It is. Here's how you know it's not. Because you're saying N-word. You're not saying the word. Say the word.
Mm-hmm.
Say the N-word. Actually say the whole. You won't say that for a reason, because it's not I just said honky and cracker on the radio. Now it's going to happen to me. Of course it won't, because those are not slurs. The N-word is the end-all be-all. Whether you're repeating it, I've asked the question before, I won't lie, about 10 years ago. Karaoke. Didn't know what the rules were. So I asked a friend of mine of color, listen, if you're doing a karaoke rap song and the N-word's in it, are you allowed to say it? I truly didn't know. It's a lyric. The answer was resounding no. Okay. And you know what? My life's okay. I didn't miss out because I couldn't do that.
Right.
Sarver knew what was going on. Sarver did it multiple times. Oh, by the way, the misogyny, the comment on women's breasts.
And a position of power. There's so many dangerous elements to that.
You can't ask people to go back. Now, sir listening, ma'am listening, you may be okay with that. You may be able to separate art from artist. You may be sitting there saying, well, if we break everybody down like this, then everybody. Okay, but there are people, there are women, there are pregnant women or women who want to get pregnant that know that Robert Sarver basically said, well, your career is going to be different now. There are women who are uncomfortable with their bodies. There are women that are comfortable with their bodies. There are black men, black women, white men, white women. They don't want to work for this guy. It's actually offensive to ask them to work for this guy. Hey, yes, they are free to quit, but that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
This isn't over. They'll be forced to sell. This is just the beginning.
Follow the players, follow the money, follow the sponsorship. If that gets louder, he'll be gone.
Yes. And for all you Reddit folks that are going to say I'm being preachy about this, I will wear that crown perfectly. We'll take a break. When we come back, Sean Salisbury is back for another season. We'll talk to him next.
You want more Kings coverage? Sactown Sports 1140's giving it to you.
I like the Monk deal a lot. The Kevin Huerter one, you got control of a guy who, around the league, people still think he's a pretty good player.
Impressions, let's start with the Kings' top pick, Keegan Murray. What do you think of him? And you obviously knew him well at Iowa.
Yeah, I thought he was terrific. I called efficient and versatile. He's going to make shots. He's an elite jump shooter.
Log on to SactownSports.com for exclusive content. SactownSports.com.
Divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Sacramento area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
We're a sports family, driving in all kinds of weather to get to away games. So you can imagine what our car looks like, except it doesn't. We go to Quick Quack and shine like all our kids' trophies. Go for the win yourself and head to Quick Quack for a shine that lets you defy expectations.
Premier Pools and Spa's huge annual Endless Summer Sale is back, and they're pulling out all the stops. September 23rd through 25th, you can save thousands on your new pool. When you purchase a pool during this sale, Premier Pools, in partnership with PHTA's Step Into Swim program, will sponsor swim lessons for 3 kids in local underserved communities. Call Premier Pools today at 916-852-0223 or visit online at ppas.com to schedule your pre-sale design appointment.
I'm sure you've heard the phrase, let Safe Credit Union put you first. Well, that phrase is honest, genuine, and sincere. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Safe Credit Union. At Safe, you're not a number. You are part of a member-owned, community-focused family. Explore the benefits of saving, borrowing, and investing with a partner who puts you first. Safe Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Hi guys, it's Andrew. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough has just arrived? Today, Wednesday, September 14th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Coastside Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. Also, a gift that can produce powerful results in minutes. That's worth the trip alone, guys, trust me. And today only, we're offering 6 tune-up treatments to our patients free, worth $1,000. Call today and it's all no charge. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Coastside Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Billy Currington is coming back to Sac with Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, too. And he's bringing some friends, Russell Dickerson. And more. September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Tickets are just $35, so get yours before they sell out. Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 24th at Heart Health Park in Cal Expo. Brought to you by Boot Barn, Attic Man Heating and Air, and the Gonzalez Law Office. Get your tickets and details at SactownSports.com.
Time to see the return of Pro Rodeo to Marysville next Saturday and Sunday, September 17th and 18th. For ticket info, go to MarysvilleStampede.com.
Check the game. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sactown Sports 1140. Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I am Jay Mars. Phoenix Suns Governor Robert Sarver has been suspended 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA as a result of an investigation into the Suns franchise. The investigation found that during his time with the Suns and WNBA's Mercury, Sarver used the N-word at least 5 times when recounting the statements of others, and there was also instances of inequitable contact toward female employees, the NBL said in a statement, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge is 4 home runs shy of tying Roger Maris's American League single-season record after a 2-homer performance in New York's 7-6 10-inning win over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. He is now tied with Alex Rodriguez for the second most home runs in a season by right-hander in the AL, one shy of tying Hank Greenberg in 1938 and Jimmy Fox in 1932. That is your Sactown Sports 1140 updates. I am Jay Mars. Coming up here in just 2 minutes, Sean Salisbury joins us on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, shout out to Eric on the YouTube chat. That just popped up.
Shout out.
So glad I can listen to you guys after moving to Houston. Love your program. I've loved it for years. Now I get to listen to Sean Salisbury as well, and he is great. Nice to have that connection. Go Kings.
Nice.
Yeah, Sean's out there in Houston doing his morning show that he just wrapped up, and Jay will be efforting him in just about a minute. We got a lot of football to talk about. 916-339-1140 is your text line. 1-800-920-1140 is your phone number. Coming up, I know we just went through Robert Sarver, and what a piece of poo he is. Brett Favre. Also, if there was like BCS power rankings for bad people in sports,
do we have 1 and 2 right now?
Yeah, I don't even know. Is there like a close 3
this
going?
Would be the championship game.
Oh my god, it would be. It would be Sarver versus Favre, and I think Sarver would be like minus 8.5. Like, yeah, he'd be the heavy favorite. But I think it's time for Brett Favre to kind of go the way of Kurt Schilling. Just
disappear
for a
little bit.
You were a really, really amazing football player.
That could be true.
And you're probably, I'll say this. We'll talk about this more, but you're probably not evil. You're just stupid.
Yeah.
You're kind of stupid.
You get in the way. Yeah.
All right.
It's time.
It is time. I'm so excited. Love talking to this guy, and he is back for another season with us. I believe our voice guy has something to say about that.
USC legend.
Yeah.
Grey Cup champion.
Yes.
NFL quarterback. And BattleBots host.
Yes.
Sean Salisbury.
You forgot. Amazing human. Awesome dude. Hardest working guy in sports radio. He's back with us. Bad dude. I love that show. The one, the only, fresh off his morning show his highly successful morning show in Houston. Thank you so much. It is our honor. It is our privilege. Sean Salisbury. Sean, it's Dave and Jason. How are you, buddy?
Gentlemen, great to be on with you. Yeah, of all the stuff I talked all my whole life, and I still miss it.
Yeah.
Is you grow up thinking, I can't wait to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated as an athlete, right? That was the cool thing, right?
Right.
And then when you're like in TV and that, you say, well, of course I'm going to call a Super Bowl. I'm going to be an analyst in the Super Bowl. And then David Letterman's going to have me on night. That's why I'm getting on the late talk show or the cover of GQ, right? Because it's the fall issue. Well, then you say, well, I get to be on Jay Leno. Yeah, why, Sean? Because you're Super Bowl MVP. No. You're calling the game. No, you're the host of BattleBots. Yep, that's me. So there you go, brother. I never thought it'd be like that, but I'll take it. I had a blast, man. What a great show. That was so much fun.
Which random thing that is not your amazing professional sports experiences do you get more? Do you get BattleBots references or do you get Sandler movie references?
Probably because because the original BattleBots, and they'll air it sometimes, but because BattleBots come on once in a while with a different group, they don't realize like the first 3 seasons, and no offense, but the original is far better than it is now. And not just, but Bill Dwyer and Bill Nye the Science Guy, those guys carried me. I just had a blast doing it, and it was a phenomenal the way Comedy Central treated us. But the movies probably because of they're on. I mean, I'll watch TNT. I'm sitting there, and all of them are running. I say, "Great, send that residual check. I'll take that in the mail still." But I would say that. But I'll still get BattleBots references on a regular basis. So I'll take, and I still get also, the Sklar brothers. I used to go on with them when they did their show, their comedy stuff. So that too. But I would say, I would say the Sandler. And Benchwarmers, and then to the BattleBots probably second.
Sean, as we transition then here to football, Dave and I have talked a lot about the 49ers, I will say quarterback situation, because it's Trey Lance's job, but they keep Jimmy G, and we haven't had a chance to talk to you about that. So kind of where the Niners are going with Trey Lance, how he performed, and the fact that Jimmy G is still there lurking. What is your take on that quarterback situation?
Well, first, when a guy lurks, that's okay. That's why we spent 2 or 3 first-round picks on Trey Lance. We believe in you. We wouldn't have mortgaged our future with a guy who'd taken us to a Super Bowl. And so his security, confidence, you can't be playing football like that. It's hard to do. And as he's known since he played in high school and college, probably the best everywhere he's been, competition's going to exist all the time. That's why Saban keeps recruiting 5 stars or Jimbo Fisher. And in this case, you get a veteran Super Bowl guy, but they have committed to you. It's your job to lose. So go and do what you've done your whole career. Now, I don't judge him from as far as throwing the ball guys from last week, but I do judge the survival thing, and Fields survived it a little bit better in bad inclement weather. And some you just got to deal with. Now, I don't want to make excuses or be an apologist, because I think Trey Lance showed some stuff that is going to make him a really good player, and he's got a unique talent. But he's got the decisions and some of the things that go on, he'll have to get better with. We're going to see a better idea when we get a clean field and some normal weather that a normal human being or even a freak couldn't throw in last week, and now this. So I think he's going to be a good player. He's only started 3 games in his NFL career. 4 games counting college in the last 2 or 3 in the last 3 years with COVID and the rest of it. I think they've got why he's playing is they believe he gives them a more to stretch the field vertically and horizontally, and with his feet he gives you more upside to break through the ceiling. Jimmy gives you more stability right now. I think that's obvious, and I would say that on any team that had a veteran and a second-year guy. They love the upside. The question is, what upside are we going to get? And I still think the question's out there, and you're right, it is his job. But you go 2-5, it may not be his job. And it doesn't mean his career's over, but that's the reality of this position. If it was a team that is the Bears like Fields, you're going to let him play through anything because you're not very good, although maybe they're better than we think. But when you're on a Super Bowl roster, the expectations go through the roof. You're not willing to wait till 2024 for a guy to play great. It's his gig. He doesn't have to be a hero. That's the pleasure for him that the Lawrences and the Davis Mills and guys don't have. His roster, when healthy, is lights out. Now they're going to have to play better. They're going to have to protect the quarterback better, and he just needs to get more reps. But I love the best security blanket in the NFL right now. The Cowboys wish they had it. and that's Jimmy Garoppolo. And if I'm going to trade him to somebody, which it doesn't appear the Cowboys are in that mix right now, I would have held them or would hold them so hostage that it would make them suffer to get Jimmy Garoppolo because they would have to pay for it dearly.
Sean Salisbury with us. Sean, I want to take you to Monday Night Football to Denver. I know you guys have talked about this. Nathaniel Hackett, first-year head coach, goes out there. You know the drill, runs the clock down, timeout, 64-yard field goal, blah, blah, blah. So he has his press conference yesterday. He's accountable. He says, hey, I should have, in retrospect, we should have given it to Russ. So my question for you is this, and this is where you come in so handy. You were in the locker rooms. You were a quarterback. You understand. Are they appreciative of the accountability? Are they second-guessing their coach? What was your whole take on Hackett's deal at that press conference?
Well, you appreciate the accountability. I think it would have been worse if he'd have said, if I had to do it, I'd do all over again the same thing.
Okay.
Or I do. I think they appreciate the fact that he seemed a little overly giddy about I mean, a little too giddy for me and the energy, but I think he wanted to get it out and jump out in front of it. So all the hot take shows on television, and they're still going to get after him. So I do love that he went in there and said, and he probably told his team at the meeting, you know what? Nothing against you, McManus, but we got a $250 million quarterback. At least I would go with this. Let me put the ball in his hand. He gives me two. I get two things that keep me afloat. If that was in Denver, I'm not. But it's Seattle. He made the wrong call. He jumped out in front of it, admitted it. Now, for players, it's just don't do it again. Don't question yourself in that situation again. Your job is to give us the best chance to win, and the best chance to win on 4th and 5 is Russ Wilson when it's 64 yards. If it's 58 yards, 54 yards, the dumb move would have been to go for it on 4th and 5. Sure. And think about the narrative, guys. He jumps out in front of it, so they're going to believe in him, and he's been at a place where they've won in Green Bay. Lovie Smith still got something to prove because I think Lovie Smith played not to lose as opposed to win. That's for another day. And look what Brian Dable did with his team.
Yep.
Not only did he get it on 4th down, you went and said, we're going to win and do it now. So even if he'd have lost in his locker room, they will rally around him. I like a transparent coach. He was just a little bit overly giddy. Russ Wilson should have had the ball in his hand on 4th and 5.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sean. I'm glad you said it the way, because you played, wouldn't an entire team be more for aggressive coaches, going for it, believing in players? I just think that's the way you've got to coach nowadays.
Well, especially when you say, what do we always hear, guys? We hear it from Lovie and Brian Dable and Nathaniel Hackett. We want culture change, right? Mm-hmm. We want to make sure the players, the trust. See, the days of, some may still operate by, but the days of command and control leadership, do it my way, this is the way we're going to do it, and I'll never, if I faced it again, I'd do the same thing. We're more in an inspire trust type thing now where
and
how, imagine what the response is going to be after. And if you lose, at least you can look your players in the face and say, you know what? I got to get better. I ask you guys to do it and to make decisions. I will too. Yes, I'll always rally around a coach who admits when he's wrong, but also puts the trust in us. It's like when you go down to the goal line. If you tell me we're going to be physical and then on 4th and 1, you decide to throw it from the gun or don't go for it, you've already peed in my face and tell me it's raining by saying, oh, I don't trust you. I think players ride on that trust and inspiration, and I think those are the type of leaders you want. And one game doesn't make a leader, but you get a full season to prove to them that you buy in and that they buy in.
Last thing, A, because they're still semi-local. We have a lot of fans here. B, I know it's your guys. The Las Vegas Raiders lose to a very good, we think, Chargers team. Bottom line is this: 3 interceptions from Derek Carr. He also put the ball on the ground a couple of times. I'm not going to ask you to grade that performance specifically. What I am going to ask you, as a guy who was a quarterback, as a guy who coaches quarterbacks, nobody knows the position better than you. Can Derek Carr lead the Raiders to a Super Bowl if he has that talent around him? Can Carr be the guy?
Yeah, he can. I think he's shown us he's a good player. And you're right, grading the performance, he was awful.
Yeah.
Not only that, he took a couple sacks at the end by holding the ball too long that you'd tell a rookie not to do, and he's been in the league long enough to know better. Throw the ball to your mom in the stands and let's keep it moving. So I do, and the Raiders aren't as bad as you saw. And the Chargers are as good as you saw. They are a definite super. I think the Chargers are going to win the division, even though, well, after Mahomes' performance, maybe I should take that back. right? So, but I do. I think he's capable. But you know what? Questions are always going to emerge on guys that haven't. Cousins, Carr, Prescott, Jimmy. You got me to January, dude. Are you a February guy? And it's been a minute since they got him to January the way that I think we'd want, where they win the division. So I do think Derek Carr's a good player. For him to elevate into our, I trust him all the time, they've got to win in the playoffs and go deep, and it be because of him, not in spite of him. But they're not going anywhere if he doesn't play like an MVP-type guy this year. The AFC West is just too tough, and so is the AFC.
That's Sean Salisbury. You can hear him each and every. We got him today, but normally Tuesdays at 8 a.m. as soon as he gets off his radio show in Houston. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for coming back for another year. Looking forward to a huge NFL season with you.
Love you guys, too. Honored to be on with you. Thank you.
Take care. Sean. That's Sean Salisbury. We're late for a break. We'll take that right now. When we get back, more garbage. This time, Brett Favre. If you don't know this story, even if you do, you don't want to miss this. Great journalism. And yeah, Brett Favre sucks. We'll talk about it next.
Live and local. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about Quick Quack Car Wash. Now, I know you've seen one of the many locations that's around Northern California. So make today the day you stop by and see what Quick Quack Car Wash can provide for you. For me, it's one of those situations where it's like a life hack because our lives, my life, it's extremely busy. I know yours is the same. We have all that chaos going on, whether it's family, friends, work, life, right? It gets in the way of a lot of things, but help defy those expectations by keeping your car clean. That's keeping your life clean as well. And Quick Quack Car Wash can do that for you. And I've told you time and time again, to me, it's all about the vibe, the way you're treated from the moment you drive up to all the way through with that clean car. The energy, the atmosphere, it's just a good time, like to bring the family to enjoy the overall experience because we all do. So with that said, with all the locations in Northern California, we will see you very soon at a Quick Quack Car Wash near you.
Got a take? Make sure it's a hot one. Take a shot right now. Call or text at 916-339-1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back. Thank you to Sean Salisbury. Let's get right into this. So the whole Brett Favre, Crocs in the photo, and listen, the whole I don't know how to say this. The whole picture and the Crocs thing. There was a part of me I was like, he's just an idiot. The part where he involved, when you're involving somebody else and screwing with their lives, that's obviously far worse. And my thing with Brett has always kind of been, okay, I don't know that he's evil. I just think he's kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I still kind of don't know if he's evil, but now I don't care.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff is just dirty.
I think he's just dirty.
Yeah,
he's just a dirtbag. An investigative report by Mississippi Today. And listen, I know that we live in a day and age of 30-second ins and outs, a video with a bunch of sound effects. And I know I sound like an old man here, but if you have any sort of appreciation for good, rock-solid journalism, we're talking about in Mississippi. I don't know what their budgets are. I know papers across the nation are hurting badly, local papers.
Sure.
What a wonderful, wonderful bunch of research they did over a long period of time and revealed yesterday that former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant helped Brett Favre obtain welfare funds to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Southern Mississippi. They reviewed text messages between 2017 and 2019. The texts were filed by an attorney representing Nancy New, who has already pleaded guilty to 13 felony counts of bribery, fraud, and racketeering for her role in all of this. $77 million in welfare funds. This is monies earmarked towards people that need welfare.
Need it.
In the poorest state in the country.
Right.
The text show Favre, New, and Bryant discussing how to divert at least $5 million in welfare funds to build a volleyball stadium at Southern Miss where he played football and his daughter played volleyball there at the time the texts were sent. He's trying to build a new volleyball stadium for his daughter's school and his alma mater. One of the texts back in 2017 was from Brett Favre. It said, quote, "If you were to pay me, is there any way the media could find out where it came from and how much?" Favre was then told, we never have that information publicized. Then
Never.
Yeah. Then the same lady with the nonprofit says, wow, we just got off the phone with Phil Bryant. That's the governor who denied any involvement. He's on board with us. We'll get this done. Brett Favre's attorney, let's be fair, said, Brett Favre has been honorable throughout this whole thing. Favre told this same newspaper in 2020 he had not discussed the volleyball stadium with Bryant, the governor. He paid back last year $600,000 to the state of Mississippi, an amount he had been paid for speeches that he never gave. He was commissioned in 2017 and 18 to promote a state poverty fighting initiative, receiving $1.1 million. The auditor's office reported he initially gave back $500,000 of the amount, but earlier this month he was asked in the letter to repay the remainder plus interest. He has not. Now, that's the surface. We could spend the whole show going deep into the depths of fraud and lying and Favre knowing, and the bottom line. I mean, you hear the stuff like, we mentioned Kurt Schilling earlier, how he basically defrauded the state of Rhode Island to help with his video game company that went kaput.
Right.
You hear about all these people that are screwing up and or not screwing up. They're not paying back these PPP loans during COVID. And here's, if you're wondering, well, I mean, okay, I guess, why am I getting fired up over? I mean, it sucks. Just look around at all the businesses that have closed. Look around at all the people that are struggling. And Brett Favre, who made a ton of money in his career, defrauded with his friends not only the state government of Mississippi, which, again, the poorest state in the union, but the federal government, so that he could build a volleyball stadium for his daughter at Southern Miss. For all the pull yourself up by your bootstraps, folks. Like, the system is rigged. Right. You're getting gamed, and here's Brett Favre at the center. So I think it's time we have a public funeral for Brett Favre, not for dying, but that he needs to just go away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this is ultimately going to go. It's obviously the least flattering look for him. And I think a guy, by and large, I think has been liked. Right. I think he has been likable.
Yeah.
But then you do something like this. It just,
if I'm Wrangler, I'm pulling my ads. Yeah. I think it's Wrangler, right? The jeans.
Copper fit.
Yeah. I'm done. You're gross. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was already gross with the whole Crocs and pictures thing. This is grosser, and I think it's a very fair question that if this whole thing was happening, it was Randall Cunningham, would he be in handcuffs?
Ah, fair question.
Just saying.
Yeah,
I think it's a very fair question. My thought: I have a strange suspicion Brett Favre's not going to spend any time in jail. Brett Favre's at worst probably going to get the Sarver treatment. He'll get a little bit of a fine. What are you going to suspend him from? He's not active in anything.
From life. Take a timeout.
You know what you should? You want to hit him where it hurts. Here's what you do. You go out, and it sucks. It's not fair. You can go after the college. Go after Southern Miss. Make them pay. Make Southern Miss go through this whole thing. Anyways, just bottom line, Brett Favre is a turd and defrauded, the government. Anyways, that being said, listen, it's not like anyone threw him under the bus. He threw himself under the bus, or you could say he threw himself under the truck. And speaking of, talking to Chad, that's Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Some people have been asking, we went over this yesterday. I understand it. Hoblet's in Woodland. Why am I going to drive to Woodland when I could just go to Fulton Avenue or Roseville or whatever? Well, first off, Woodland's not like you're driving to Oregon. It's 5 minutes from the airport. And it's also, hey, it's not like you're buying a can opener. You're buying a car that's a good chunk of change. Don't you want the best deal? The reason why people go to Hoblet, I don't know, their true pricing policy, where the price you see is the price you pay. There's no add-ons. There's no hidden fees. They have one of the largest selections of new Ram trucks in California because they're the #1 HD Ram truck dealer in California. Go to Google. Go to Yelp. There you go. You can hear them right there. The customers talking about how great their experience with Hoblet is, how great their parents' experience or their kids' experience was, because it's generational. It's a family-owned and operated business. Go see for yourself why Hoblet Dodge is your small-town dealer with big city selections and savings. Go get treated like family instead of a sucker. With Hoblet's true pricing, no dealer markups, add-ons, hidden fees, none of it. Go by Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. See their full selection with the true pricing at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period. Well, it's Wine Wednesday. What do we have in sports to whine about? Plenty. We'll get to it next.
Live and local. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by RC Willey Home Furnishings.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. We're out the door to a comfortable start to the day. Temperatures in the afternoon will be down just slightly. Expect highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s under mainly sunny skies. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
You already know RC Willey has a large selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. But do you know they also have a low price guarantee? RC Willey, located in Rockland and South Sacramento near Elk Grove.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy, and you know now's the time to replace your system, and you can get $2,500 off on a new HVAC home system installation, 0% financing, and payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Don't wait. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, your second opinion partner.
Contractor license number 1083187. Offer expires September 30th, 2022.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. Why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your headlines, I'm Jay Mars. Phoenix Suns Governor Robert Sarver has been suspended 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA as a result of an investigation into the Suns franchise. The investigation found that during his time with the Suns and WNBA's Mercury,
Mercury. Sarver used the N-word at least 5 times, quote, when recounting the statements of others. And there was also instances of inequitable conduct towards female employees, the NBA said in its statement, including sex-related comments and inappropriate comments on employees' appearances. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge is 4 home runs shy of tying Roger Maris's American League single-season record after a 2-homer performance in New York's 7-6 10-inning win over the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday night. He is now tied with Alex Rodriguez for the second most home runs in a season by a right-handed hitter in the American League, one shy of tying Hank Greenberg in 1938 and Jimmy Foxx in 1932. A report by Mississippi Today revealed Tuesday that former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant helped former NFL quarterback Brett Favre obtain welfare funds in order to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Southern Mississippi. The news organization reviewed text messages from 2017 and 2019 that were filed Monday in the state of Mississippi's civil lawsuit over misspent welfare funds. Those are your Sactown sports headlines. It is time to whine with the Carmichael Dave Show and Jason Ross.
The 94th most popular celebrity from Carmichael
How popular do you want to be?
meets a Celtics broadcasting legend.
Celtics are going to go for the win. Everybody here at Golden One Center on their feet.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, UB40.
No, you be 40. I'm only 36.
You know what? I will happily
take 40.
I am perfectly fine with being 40. Famous for their song "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You."
I thought "Blame It on the Rain" was their most famous song.
Red Red Wine brings us back. Why this song? Because it's
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
And let's whine.
It's Wine Wednesday. For the love of wine Wednesday, let's hear your wine of the week. Brought to you by 23 Wines. You can wine to us at 916-339-1140. You can call us at 1-800-920-1140.
Wine 20.
Wow. You went there.
Well done.
Jason, do you have a particular wine of the week?
Oh, I do.
Oh, wow.
I am ready.
You are a whiner.
This one has been in the hopper.
Oh,
this
boy.
is not only a wine of the week.
Yeah.
It's probably a wine of the year.
Uh-oh.
Every time this happens, it happened again, and I'm tired of it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
In 2018, in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, and already in 2022, it has happened. A tie in the NFL. Yeah. What are we doing, League, NFL, anybody?
Yeah.
This does not need to happen. We almost had 2 last weekend. It's not great. We're at the game. We're at the game. Woohoo!
Yep.
How'd the game go?
Right.
Did you win? No. Oh, sorry about the loss. No, we didn't lose either. They have to resolve these in the postseason, so we're going to play this differently in the regular season. What are they doing? We don't need ties. Go away. Figure out another way if you don't want extra time. You have overtime already. These need to be resolved. Ties are the worst.
They're tired and they don't want to get hurt and blah, blah, blah. My point is...
But we'll do that in the playoffs.
No, I agree with you. So I'm trying to think, is there an NFL equivalent of a home run derby? Something they could do that doesn't actually...
Field goals.
64-yard field goals.
Yes.
Time running out.
Field goal derby.
You just have a field... Oh, my God, right? You start out 35 yards out, and then 40, and then 50.
But it should be like penalty kicks, so you pick 5 players.
Yes.
You're allowed your kicker, but then left tackle.
Or like in Kansas City, how the one guy had to come out for Harrison Butker, and he kept kicking it through into the audience, the crowd.
Audience.
Yeah, good job. Okay, that's a good wine.
That's my wine.
You know what? That's not getting... Jason should have gone first. Jay, do you have a wine?
I do have a wine.
Uh-huh.
It's for all you jabroni baseball fans
who
are whining, the Dodgers. Oh, it's not a big deal that they've won 9 of 10 division titles. They spend all this money.
It feels like this is targeted at someone specific.
No,
all
it's
these jabronis.
The voice.
Jabronis is plural.
Isn't that jabroni?
It's like this. A lot of you that are complaining about the Dodgers spending money root for teams that are owned by, guess what?
What?
Billionaires who just won't spend any money. So instead of whining about the Dodgers, how about you whine about your own jabroni owners?
Oh, multiple jabronis.
Not spending any money. A's fan, I'm looking at you.
What? What is A's fan going to do?
Write letters.
Try.
Well, that'll fix it.
Go team.
Hey, John. Dear John.
Dear John.
Please spend more of the money.
Yeah, and eliminate the cats.
Love A's fan.
Be mad at the Dodgers because your owner sucks.
All right. So far, 10 out of 10 for your wine.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 for you, Jay.
Thank you.
0 out of 10.
Oh,
wow.
Worst wine ever.
Are you Jabroni? Are you Carmichael Jabroni?
I'm a member of the Jabroni staff. Also, I thought he was going to go longer, so I took a bite.
I know you went. You should have. When I started, you had some time.
It's not my segment. It's our segment.
Yes. That was a good wine, Jay.
Thank you.
I have one, but it's not sports related.
Okay.
There's a shock.
I just feel like everybody should be able to identify with this, especially if you have any sort of, I don't know, significant others or children's.
Children's.
Plural?
Yeah, plural.
What if you just have one?
Even
I have
one.
children's.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you grab the thing out of the thing, this could be milk.
Okay.
Cereal.
Out of the fridge. Out of the
Pantry.
Pantry, yeah.
And there's like 4 drops of milk left or a cornflake.
Finish it.
Finish it!
Yeah.
Stop putting it back. In what world? You do that?
Oh, this is a very contentious thing in the house.
In what world?
Just in case somebody else wanted to finish it.
Nobody wants
You ask when you, hey, anybody else want any cornflakes?
It's a flake.
There's 8 to go. I'd like the rest of them, but if you want 2, I'll share.
Sharing is caring.
Nobody likes the bottom of the cereal box.
But here's the thing.
With the crumbs.
But here's the thing, and this is my defense. It always is. If I complete it, then I get yelled at for, oh, there wasn't any left for me. No, there wasn't.
But that's acceptable.
Did you leave it with the minimal, or did someone else?
It doesn't matter. The point is, whatever I leave it with, I ate too much. It's always that.
I get it. But
and then if I
levels.
finish it, you didn't leave any for me, so I'm gonna leave some for you.
Levels.
Then.
That's not some. That's like, hey, it's like I'm dying from being snake bit. Here's a drop of medicine when you need the whole kit. I'd rather there not be any than know that somebody left a drop in the droplet.
Yeah.
Throw the milk away. Nobody wants
It's laziness.
the 5 drops
Not
of
laziness, though.
ass milk that's left
But
that
what if
nobody
you were
likes.
full and didn't want to drink the rest?
How did it get to that? I mean, that's a weird.
Everybody
That's
has
the
their
line
limits,
of
Jason.
demarcation when the 4 drops of milk, you're like, that's over the top.
Yeah,
I can't drink
if
that.
you're pouring whatever's left and you go to share, you go, I've got to take in less now is the second to last, or I finish it.
Just finish it, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, don't leave 4 drops. You go, I'm going to take a lot less to leave a serving.
That's right. You have to decide.
Yeah.
Do I take less milk with my cereal and allow for somebody else to have a bowl of cereal? Or do I take a little bit more with my cereal?
Yeah, and that's it.
And throw it out.
I finished the milk.
It's not difficult.
Yeah.
Also, feel free to put your dish in the dishwasher. There's the sink.
Oh, yeah.
There's the dishwasher.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is why would you voluntarily leave it so that me or someone else has to get to it in a couple hours when everything's crusted up?
Yeah. Far more difficult. Take the 2 seconds.
Disagree.
You disagree on that too?
No.
Oh.
I think they're in the car. This is my daughter's move. Half hour till dinner. My daughter comes downstairs from the Ave Cave. We haven't seen her in a couple hours. Opens the fridge. Fridge is open for a while. Closes the fridge, goes to the pantry, looks in the pantry, goes back to the fridge because something changed. She went to the pan. That's what I say to her. Nothing changed.
Yeah, but maybe it was a decision. Like,
That's
I
what
see
she
something
says.
in the fridge. This is choice 2 or
She's
3.
narrowing it down.
But then maybe in the pantry, I got a winner. Nope, back to the fridge.
I don't know what it is. I kind of do the same thing where I'll open the fridge expecting change and it's not there. Don't ask me why. I just have this issue.
Nothing's moved.
I don't know if it's an OCD thing, an ADD thing.
Has not.
I'll go in the
jumbled.
pantry. Did a new snack get in there? Nope.
Well, Jason says I understand that. You're breaking it down. First off, you have dinner in a half an hour.
Yeah, got to hang on.
Secondly, I don't know what it is
dude.
about my daughter.
I'll go into the pantry like 10 minutes before dinner and
Right.
have like a handful of goldfish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's money. That's a great move right
It
there.
is, but then it's like, well, then you're not gonna. Eat your dinner.
Oh, yeah, I will.
And this is where I know I'm turning old. My son, when he's hungry, you know what he does? He makes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
He's so aloof.
That's sensible, Dad.
It is. He's so aloof that yesterday he's making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I noticed he was making it
1 minute
on the rye bread I had for the pastrami. I said, dude, we have regular bread for peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste.
Well, I had this yesterday. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It was on top. He just grabs the bread that's on top
closest
and is willing to have the lesser of a sandwich because it's easier.
Yeah.
My daughter comes downstairs, does all the stuff I talked about. Here's the thing. She has this amazing talent. If there's something in the refrigerator or in the pantry that I really love, that's exactly what she wants.
Yeah.
100%. She has a sixth sense for knowing exactly what I covet, and that is what she wants a piece of. 18 seconds of pleasure for 18 years of pain when we come back.
Hope you have a good day at school, Avery.
Yeah. Make good choices.
I mean, she's great. I love her.
Clearly. Wow. I think we went a little deeper than wine.
News and notes are next.
Yeah, therapy Thursdays are tomorrow.
Love you, baby.
The start of the NFL season is upon us, and Sactown Sports 1140 has all your coverage. Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and of course, all the NFL action every Sunday. Your home for the NFL all season long. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about the great folks at ACR Solar. Go to acrsolar.com right now. Check out all the things they provide. And really, it's ACR Home Services, because they do a lot more than just solar. That's where they started. That's where they're excellent at. They're excellent at everything, including for us, our brand new roof. The project is done. Final inspection was yesterday. It's looking good. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. The process was honestly a thrill to watch, and I'm just in awe of how they did it, how it works, how efficient, and how amazing the end result was. We talked to multiple roofing companies, but once we got to ACR Solar, we knew they were the ones that were right for us, and just we're so thrilled with the project, the way it looks, and compliments from our neighbors and everyone else who's come to the house. It's such a noticeable difference. And then obviously, not only do we have better curb appeal, peace of mind, but we're going to be more efficient and in good shape come wintertime when the worst weather comes up, and then obviously more efficient and effective in the hot times as well. So if you're in need of a new roof, it's a big project. I encourage you, though, to go to someone that knows what they're doing and does it well. That's ACR Solar. Go to acrsolar.com or call them at 916-481-7200.
Premier Pools and Spa's huge annual Endless Summer Sale is back, and they're pulling out all the stops. September 23rd through 25th, you can save thousands on your new pool. And because they're expecting a large turnout, Premier Pools is booking pre-sale design consultations now. Get next year's pool at this year's price, plus save big. Call Premier Pools today at 916-852-0223 or visit online at ppas.com to schedule your pre-sale in-home design appointment. Don't miss it.
Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave. You know, it's amazing how the housing market has shifted so quickly over the last few months, and having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. Of course, it's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. You can check him out at refinancewithshelby.com. Shelby's team, well known in the real estate market, from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. That makes all the difference. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front so you can compete with the cash offers. They're local, fast, and competitive. Even with rates rising slightly from their record lows, there's been an increase in inventory. The market is shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. The team at United Wholesale Lending can pre-approve you over the phone in under 15 minutes without even running your credit. Refinancewithshelby.com. That's refinancewithshelby.com. NLS number 279051, BRE number 01864354.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks you can actually speak another language. Como si fuera magia.
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free.
That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So I used the savings from switching to Progressive 30 years ago to buy tickets to the championship game. You know, between those two teams that didn't exist 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm a big Alaska Palm Trees fan. Which is a team now in the future?
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Are you in the need of a loan? Well, Safe Credit Union is here to help. A home equity line of credit can help by using the equity in your home to finish projects or consolidate debt. How about looking for a new or used car? We'll get pre-approved for a safe auto loan to determine how much you can comfortably afford before you shop. Safe Credit Union is here to partner with you on your next loan. They offer flexible terms, fast processing, and excellent service from their financing experts. Safe Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, believing in a better customer experience since 1981. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who is hot? Who is scorching?
Who
is sweating?
Oh, I know somebody.
Aaron Judge?
Yeah.
Ah, you do know him, right?
Yes. Close personal friend.
Yes, third cousin, I believe, right? He has 57 home runs.
That's a lot, Jay.
There's a lot of home runs. Now he has 20 more homers than anyone else in MLB. The next closest person is Kyle Schwarber with 37.
Can I throw in a bonus who's hot?
Can I finish mine first?
Oh, I thought you were finished.
No, I wasn't done.
I apologize.
No, I got more. Never mind. It's the first time a player will finish a calendar day with a 20-plus home run lead since the last day of the 1928 season.
I remember that.
Oh, I do.
Babe Ruth led
Hack Wilson
and
Mel Jimmy Fox.
Left eye McGillicuddy.
Jim Bottomley.
Jim Bottomley. Oh,
23 homers.
Jim Topley was just yeah.
He was on the IL.
Yeah, he was.
Your bonus?
Oh, sorry.
Then we got to do who's not.
Who's hot? Simone in the kitchen.
Yes.
Is on fire. She brought.
You guys, jeez.
Yeah. She brought in a plate, which I've told her.
That's mine.
Yeah, that's
yours.
yours.
So will you guys be fighting over that last one?
I told her that no. She brought in because Jason's not the smoked fish guy that I am. So what is the meat there? What is the prosciutto?
Yeah.
Ooh,
so
love prosciutto.
Like these little toasts, bread toasts with
fixins,
cream cheese and dill and
avocado.
Yeah, and the other one's a smoked salmon with the lemon and the. Oh my gosh! And it's just what you need because we got a big show meeting, a big station meeting coming up.
Oh, that's right. But this is a perfect bridge to get us there.
Now we're gonna have energy.
Yeah.
So God bless Simone and her mom and the whole.
Yeah.
And God bless America.
Yeah, that's true. Who's not?
NFL kickers from deep. After Brandon McManus's late miss the couple nights ago.
Yeah, gotcha.
NFL kickers since 1960 attempting a field goal of 64 plus yards have made it just 4.8% of the time. That's 2 out of 42.
Yes.
For reference, last season, teams to go for it on exactly 4th and 5 converted it 49% of the time.
That's better.
A little bit.
Well.
News and notes?
Okay.
Right now?
Right now.
Stand by on this frequency. It's time for the news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews. Yeah, this is none of those things. Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
Hi. All right, we got a lot of anniversaries to get to today. By the way, a lot of responses. We see you from the 714 conversation about our wines. This one, I'm with you on the dishes. To your point about dishes, what really grinds my gears is when
gears are grinding.
Not the gears.
Yeah, the gears are grinding. It's when people stack plates, bowls, whatever. So instead of having to wash the eating surface, you now have to wash the crusty food off the bottom of the plates. Leave them unstacked on the counter if you're going to be lazy and not wash them. Also, a tip on milk. Well, if you leave 8 ounces of milk in the container, it's going to look like there's nothing left. But hey, that's a full serving. It's kind of cheating. I'm sorry. Again, nobody wants the bottom of that. I am sorry. Let's look at some things that are interesting. How about this? The highest, or should I say fastest growing demographic for the National Football League in week 1 was female teenagers.
Oh, how about that?
12 to 17.
Would not have guessed that.
Would not have guessed that at all. Up 11% across all windows. We've talked about this. Go ahead.
Okay, is that just a thing where the number was so low that there's just more?
That's the context I don't have. Because,
I thought it was be female, but I didn't think teenagers.
Yeah, female teens 12 to 17. We've talked about that before. And you got to be careful when you talk about ratings. There's weird, crazy rules and stuff. But I know that in sports radio, generally the main demographics are men, whether it's 25, 54, 35, blah, blah, blah.
Men!
Yeah, and I've always said, I don't know if it's enough to show up. But the amount of women listeners we have blows my mind and grows every single year. They just don't get enough love.
Yeah, it goes from 2 to 3.
100,000.
Thank you, Jason. On this day, 37 years ago, arguably not the best
around,
the catchiest
Thank you
theme
for
song.
Oh, I love this song.
I mean,
travel around the road and back again.
such a great show.
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw
The Golden Girls, 1985. Betty White, B. Arthur, Estelle Getty, Rue McClanahan. Rue McClanahan was the youngest.
Yes.
At 51.
Thank you for being a friend.
Estelle Getty was not the oldest, as people thought. I believe that was B. Arthur.
That is a jam.
That is you could play that on loop.
That's feel.
They should have released an LP version of that, as an actual single,
I feel...
Yeah, because Welcome Back Kotter was a single, so was
Yes.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Show Me That Smile was a single.
Was it?
Yeah.
The Cheers theme was a single.
Yep.
Most people don't. You ever heard the second verse or third verse?
Yes, it's very disturbing.
That Cheers song gets a little.
That's what kept it from being a double.
Probably. The Bosom Buddies theme with Billy Joel. That was a thing.
My Life or Big Shot or
My Life.
I'm upset now. We need to do the Golden Girls justice. That song needs a full.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that. Hold on, is this? Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend.
This was a single.
No, but I mean the
Let's see, was there a later verse?
This isn't good.
This is Andrew Gold.
It's just not good. Doesn't do justice.
No? Oh, well, what do you want? It was a single. That's the song. He wrote it.
I want the people who did the theme.
You want Rue McClanahan to break
Yes!
in with a little interlude, a bridge?
Yeah.
Can we get the hologram Golden Girls to make an appearance in the video?
May not be the best theme song ever. That's always an interesting radio conversation, but certainly one of the most catchy. 1985. By the way, anybody remember the spinoff show?
Oh, Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I think there was actually a couple, but had a doctor in it.
Yeah. Joey Zuzu was in it.
Yeah, he was.
Wait a minute.
Zuzu was in it. Come on, I know you're going to get it. Come on.
It was an Empty Nest, right?
It was Empty Nest.
Oh, it was Empty Nest.
Also had.
I loved Empty
Nest.
Nest.
Didn't it have? Was it Joe from Facts? It wasn't Joe from Facts of Life, was it? Or was it?
I don't think so.
Anyways,
Empty Nest, very underrated.
It was
late 80s, early 90s sitcom.
It was. It was actually. It was on the air for I think 8 seasons.
It was a good show.
Yeah, 7 seasons, 170 episodes. You get to 100 episodes, you're like a made show. You know what I'm saying? As far as the cast goes, Richard Mullet, Christy McNichol.
Oh yes,
Christy McNichol was in it with David Leisure amongst others. Before we move on, just real quick. Oh God, is David Leisure still with us?
Yes.
Oh, I know who that is. Yes, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the Isuzu commercials back in the day?
You know what? He was.
Yeah.
That is. He was in the Isuzu commercials. Bill Walton.
Should have been an Empty Nest.
Bill, or is this off Walton? Bill.
The TV show The Waltons
Ah.
premiered on this day in 1972, ran until 1982 with a total of 221 episodes
That's
and
a made
6
show.
movies. It is a made show.
I've never seen an episode of The Waltons.
Neither have I. In 1992, President George Bush said, families should be a lot more like the Waltons a lot less like The Simpsons.
Wow.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, John Boy.
Simpsons. What'd they do to him?
Night, Bart.
Celebrity birthdays.
Is it time?
Well, I mean, the
Oh,
only other
God.
thing I got for you, which I know today is really kind of a rough day, Jason. It's National Virginia Day, National Eat a Hoagie Day, National Cream-Filled Donut Day.
Okay.
I like cream-filled donuts.
Sure.
That's it.
Okay.
It's a weekday for national days. Go ahead.
Well, we're going to try to make it up with celebrity birthdays
Let's
on this
go!
day, September 14th.
Play along at home.
Happy birthday to Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy.
One of you's going to get this right on.
Jimmy Butler, happy birthday, 31 years old.
32.
I was wrong. Jimmy Butler's 33 today.
30.
Yeah.
I thought I said 33.
Happy birthday to Deshaun Watson.
Oh, jeez.
He still gets birthdays.
Sean Watson is
A lot of things.
this many.
Are you
Deshaun,
counting?
no, hold on. I got this. Deshaun Watson played at Clemson. 22. Deshaun Watson is 28.
27.
He is 27 years of age.
Oh, wow. Good job, Deshaun Watson expert.
Yep.
Yeah. You're the best.
Jurassic Park's own Sam Neill.
Hey.
Which one was he?
He was the one that wasn't standing. I mean,
You enjoyed that far too much.
He's not standing. He's not Sam Say. He's not. By the way, Sam Neill upset a lot of people in Middle America, by the way, back in the day, let me tell you.
Yeah, we got him.
Sam Neill, with the music back, it's awkward.
Nope.
Sam Neill is 70.
Sam Neill, 69.
He is 75. Happy birthday to former Raider, former Niner, and chain loser, Michael Crabtree.
No.
Crabs.
He was 2 chains, right? Did he lose 2 chains?
He lost 1 chain.
Only one?
I thought, did they take both chains?
I can't remember. Anyway.
Was it Aqib Talib that took his chain?
Yeah.
Michael Crabtree is 34.
You took my answer. I'll go 35.
Michael Crabtree is 35.
Yes! Wow!
Dave, one more to go?
Yes.
Tony Finau.
Or could I answer this Tony Fee later? Tony Finau is 27.
I'll just give it to him. He needs it more than I do.
33.
Is he that old?
Yeah. What would Amy Winehouse have been today?
Oh,
Rest in
she
peace.
died at 27. Amy Winehouse would
See
have
if you can put
been
it together.
39.
39.
That's right. All right. On that note, for Jay Mars, for Jason Ross, and
Sam
Carmichael Dave,
Neill.
Jim Rose, bye-bye now.
Sactown Sports 1140 is your home of the Las Vegas Raiders for the 2022 NFL season. Tune your dial to 1140 for all Raiders games. Plus, you can listen online at SactownSports.com and on the Sactown Sports 1140 app.
Divorce becomes a reality. You need a partner that